All right, and we are live. What's going on, everybody? We back with another podcast today, and we got the OG squad back today. I was running slow on the last stream.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was distracted.
No, it's all good. You got to take care of what you got to take care of. But yeah, we got the OG squad back today. We got the Immortal Afro. What's going on, brother?
Same old, man. Just out here working and throwing all my money in the trash because that's what it's worth.
Yeah, I know how that is. And we got Cross back with us again. What's going on?
Hello.
Okay, we got a long list of topics to talk about today. A lot of developments. We have the Nintendo Direct. We got the TEKKEN Meltdown. We got the new reveal of Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves that I'm sure everybody's excited for.
Oh man, anti-hype.
But before we get into those topics, what is everybody playing right now? I'm curious.
I guess I'll go first. I've been playing a shit ton of Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising Chrono Phantasma Trigger Calamity. But I've been having a lot of fun with this game, man. I hadn't had this much fun like jumping into training mode and just sitting here for hours learning shit since Street Fighter 4. Like, now that I understand this game, I really want to crack it open, get as much as I can out of it, because I think I got in at a really good time after all of the I guess, because I heard there was a lot of cheap stuff beforehand, but since I'm in now, after everything, all the dust is settled, I feel pretty good. And I'm having a lot of fun. The music's awesome. The characters are awesome. The graphics are amazing. And I will happily put all my time into this. And next to that, I played this indie game called Haste Broken Worlds that I'm actually really liking.
Like, you know what? Yeah, we watched you play that the other day.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple game, but a long time ago, on one of my old phones, I downloaded this game. I think it was called Dune, and it was time wasted little phone game. And the whole point of the game was to go up and down slopes, and you could control like how fast you fall and use your momentum to go up another slope to see how far you could go. And the goal was to reach the stars and beyond. And this game is like a 3D version of that game, and I really like it. It's really cool. It's very colorful, very bright. The characters look fucking adorable. Because when I first saw it, I was kind of getting the idea like, well, I'm starting to feel like this is a little silly. I don't understand what the plot is, but I almost don't care. Because it seems it's just fun to look at. It's fun to watch. It's beautiful, very pretty, and it's simple. And it's like, if you just want to run and try not to slam your face into stuff, this game is awesome. And seeing that girl run, it takes me back to it's like this is all you need for a Sonic game. It's so simple.
Bro, I didn't see you doing none of this stuff when I was watching you play.
Say what?
I said I didn't see you doing any of this stuff when I was watching you play, man.
Because I'm learning how to play. Like it's actually pretty challenging. Like there's a lot of stuff you have to look out for, and the momentum you gain in this game and while you're playing is very. It reminded me of when I first played Sonic Unleashed. Like when the Hedgehog engine came out, the sense of speed was different. And one of the coolest things about speed-based games is that the game isn't really running as fast as you think. It's more of the presentation. It was an old video I saw a while ago where this guy was kind of breaking down like the fastest games you played aren't that fast, and that's good. Because, there is such thing as like it becomes unplayable with how fast things are going. But because the presentation is so Like they have the right effects everywhere to give you the sense of speed that really makes it just enjoyable. And I think Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Generations really nailed that. And it's nice to see other games taking that further,
Yeah,
different, unique ways. Like speed based games are not, there's not a lot of it, but I think they could really be a genre of their own.
yeah. I am definitely gonna have to try it because watching you play it, it definitely looks awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Cross?
I've just been playing the Tomb Raider. What do you call it? Remasters or whatever.
She said the Tomb Raider remasters.
Yeah, the like classic Tomb Raider games. Remasters.
And see, I
That's what
was
I've been
watching you
playing.
play that too, and it looks. So we were talking about like this game, and it's just so cool that like the older games just has a lot of stuff still that the newer games just don't do no more, man.
Well, I think it's because like they tried to change the identity of what Tomb Raider was in like every way. The main character, the gameplay style, and everything. I feel like um and they did. They successfully changed it into its own thing, but it is not really the same game and franchise. So it's kind of like when you go back and play these, the older Tomb Raider games, you kind of
Yeah,
remember like, oh, that's right. Like these games were about this, and it gives you like a sense of like, man, these developers, they really understood the point of the game they were trying to make. Like the point of the game they were trying to make back then was like essentially a game where you are exploring an area and you have to get from point A to point B without dying. And the threat isn't necessarily the tigers and uh the enemies with guns
yeah,
and shit like that. That's actually like the threats that aren't really threats. She has shotguns and all types of shit to deal with them. They're
yeah,
not really the threats. The threats are the jumps. The threats are the actual like the platforming. That's the threat. It's
yeah,
like, oh fuck, how am I gonna get from here to here without killing myself? Like, and I feel like that is way more important when trying to make a game about raiding tombs. Like that's an important part that I feel like the newer games don't really do a good job at.
yeah.
Um,
I
so
agree. I
Yeah.
agree, man. Just watching you play.
those arms, bro.
Yeah,
I like that old school Jake where like her arms never change. Like, wow, she has like some of the greatest flexibility I've ever seen.
yeah. But yeah, man, just watching you play and watching this trailer is like brings back so many memories, and just the animations that Laura has in this game are just like unbelievable. Even that right there, the way she jumps into the water, the way she
and
flips.
those things are manual. She doesn't just do those things. You have to know what command to do the
Yeah.
particular jump. So it wasn't just like she just does this stuff. You had to act, it was important in this game to know what jump is right for what situation. Like, do you want to do this jump or do you want to
Ooh,
do
that right
this?
there.
Yeah, like again, like her getting up like that, that's a special animation.
Yeah.
Like you have to know the command to do that. So it's like this game was a lot more like uh execution intensive than you would think. It wasn't simple as just like what a lot of like modern games have where you would just be able to you have like this superior movement in modern games where it makes the game easier because you have like essentially like one command that can do everything. You can strafe around and run and do a jump
Mm,
that dodges everything all in one. Where it's like in games like this, you have to decide like, okay, do I want to do a jump like this? Do I want to do a jump like this? You know, do I want to do a jump where I jump and then turn around midair? You have to choose what you want. It's not just going to automatically do that for you.
Yeah,
So there's a lot more gameplay because of that. You know, you have to consider more. I like that personally. Um,
yeah. It's
I wish,
so sick, bro.
yeah,
Um, dang, like, watch you make me want to play it now.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of like, same thing happened to me. I was like, man, dude, because I meant to get the remaster when it first came out. I just forgot. And then they did the remaster 2 with 4, 5, and 6. And I didn't think they were going to actually do that because Angel of Darkness is not looked at like really well. Like, so I was like, wow, they actually remastered like, you know, Tomb Raider 6. I was like, that's really interesting. I wonder what they did, you know. And so I'm kind of like playing through the first 3 games so I can get to 4, 5, and 6 because those games I don't know anything about those. Like, I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad. I don't know shit about 4, 5, and 6. I just know people hate 6. And so I'm like, all right, well, I kind of want to get to it. So
Yeah, I don't think I played uh 4 or 5 or 6. I think I was getting out of it and getting into like other things at the time. So,
yeah, same.
but why's my picture quality like moving 1 frame per second?
Yeah, I think it's StreamYard doing that.
But hold on, let me see something here. Might have to remove my screen or something and come back. I don't know, but I'm not gonna worry about it. But I've been playing Grand Blue as well, and that game feels like, um, even though it's like really spruced up in kind of modern day and real anime and over the top, when you play the game, it feels really old school to play, you know.
Yeah,
And it's like, it's really ground based. There's no like air dashes and hyper jumps and jumping off screen. It's like it really feels good, like as a fighting game player. And I remember hearing like a while back Justin Wong say that Grand Blue is like one of the best fighting games. I was like, don't know, but gave Grand Blue Rising a chance, and it is definitely the truth. I definitely like it. I like the defensive options. I like the poking. I like the footsies. Um, Everything just feels right about this game.
yeah. It feels organic. Like I don't have to try to pretend. Nothing's fake. Nothing feels artificial. I think that's one thing I noticed that I think is starting to matter more and more to me. To play or experience some of these fighting games, it's like, man, how much of this shit is like real, and how much of this shit is they just giving it to you. It's like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, when you press the button, it just does it, and it kind of does it in Grand Blue, but it's fair and reasonable. Nothing feels. It doesn't feel forced. I think that's a
yeah,
better way to describe it.
yeah. It's like there's cheap things in the game, but it's not overbearing. It's like you feel like you can. There's answers. There's answers to everything. Um,
Yeah,
and I love it. It's like I love the back and forth between, you know, you presenting something as a player that's unbearable and me going about finding the answers to it. And then say I find an answer to what you're doing. And then all right, you see my answer, then you go back to the drawing board and draw up what you've done.
A new
And
question.
like, yeah, it's like a new question, and then you present something else. Like, all right, well, you solved that problem. Let's see how you solve this, right? And it's not just you or a player running the same shit over and over and over and over again. I mean, it is to a certain degree, but once somebody finds the answer, it's like, okay, you got to rethink what you're doing. You know?
Yeah. It's like it's simple, but it's the best way I can describe it is like how I feel about Dead or Alive. Like to me, Dead or Alive, you know, the older ones felt like the perfect fighting game because everything was there, and it was like this is just it's just you, the mind games, and the tools you have. How good can you mix up somebody? How good can you outplay somebody? How well does your strategy, like, you know, fuck up people? And the tools there are, you know, the tools are the tools. You got your screwdriver, you got your hammer and nails, you got your scalpel. It's everything you need.
Yeah. Who the fuck are these characters? I haven't seen these characters.
I think that's season 2 characters, but
I thought I didn't even know they had more characters.
Well, I think Grand Blue is huge as far as like the IP. Like a lot of that stuff is from the gacha game. You know, gacha games are like infinite. So what the fuck is the man wearing?
But, had a thong on. I know. That's another thing too, man. Them folks unapologetic too.
I know, like I like that about it.
Unapologetic.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing: like even when I thought it was something I didn't like, I don't know if this is just me bending, but you know, Ladiva, the dude wrestler chick.
Yeah,
I'm really starting to like him because
the character's crunk now. Everybody's crunk.
Yeah, he is. But at first I was like, man, I hope this is that agenda shit. But then I was thinking, like, wait a minute, he's a wrestler, and wrestlers exaggerate everything. And so this dude was like, I'm a girl. and it allows him to choke slam whoever he wants. And I was like, you know what? This guy's fucking amazing. And like he played all the way into it too. I was like, this fucking dude, what a villain. This dude is a heel. He just do this just so he could beat the hell out of anyone with titties.
It's a woman with a mustache, Josh.
Whatever.
But
this will work.
Oh man. But yeah, like it's like the like you said, there's like a gotcha element to it, which kind of adds to the game too. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but there's a lot of content in the game. Like I found out like the other day that you can unlock all the DLC just by playing the game. Like, you don't have to buy it in the store. Of course, with the gotcha element, there's a grind to it. But if you want to do that grind to get the extra characters, you can do that. You know?
Yeah. Which I think is pretty cool. You know, it's funny because like when I think of gotcha, I think like what a time wasting and waste of blah 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 yada. And then this game comes along, it's like, well, I mean, we got that, but you don't have to do it. And then you got these other games where like, well, you got to do it, even though we've never done anything with gotcha.
Yeah.
It's like the last game type you'd expect to actually implement this in a way that's satisfying and not bullshit.
Yeah.
And they do it. It's like, well, I guess they got experience. They already know what's wrong, what's right.
Yeah. Like, who are these characters? Gillian, Wilness, Meg, and Ilsa. Dude, they just keep coming out with characters, bro.
They all look cool.
They really do.
Meg, she look cool. It's like so many good-looking characters.
Yeah, you got the thong action going there.
Yeah, I did. And then it's a shortcut. Megalodon. Oh, that's so stupid, but I love it.
That's funny. Uh-oh. This might be my character here.
I like it. It's just concept art, but they look so cool. It's like they gonna be doing some cool shit. I already know it.
Well, you can see him doing the fire breath back here. I want to see that shit. They already got your girl doing the fire breath too.
Oh yeah, big.
Versusia, she got the fire blast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this artwork is insane. But yeah, we kind of went off on a rant there, but much needed rant because this game is freaking awesome. Not gonna lie,
it's a lot of fun.
But
we got multiple characters too. Like, hey.
Yeah, I know. I got a couple that I gotta play. But did you guys watch the Nintendo Direct?
Nope.
No, not really.
Okay.
I've heard a lot, but I'm not much of a Nintendo guy. So whenever it comes out, I just go from there.
So, I kind of want to go over a few things. And the way I want to go through this, I kind of want to go through the good, the bad, and then the ugly, which is, of course, we know is the pricing that they've chosen for these games. But so I'll just go through what I kind of liked. Like, I feel like they're still trying to innovate. Like, Nintendo has always been the console that innovates and kind of improves on things that they've done in the past and just does a lot of new stuff that other consoles just don't do. And they're kind of continuing that with the Switch, with kind of like the innovation with the camera, where it's like the cameras are integrated in different things that you do, different games. It's like, yeah, like they've done. It's not too much of a big upgrade from the Switch, but I do like that they're trying to improve on it. I know that now instead of the sliders on the Joy-Cons, they now have the magnets that kind of stick together, which is cool, but I still have some kind of doubts about those too. I was like, man, what if those magnets stop working?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people kind of like, do like a theory on what could go wrong, which I think is fair because, the Switch, the cost of innovation is like, being like an early adopter kind of, because it's like, yeah, you can innovate and innovation is good. But, if you're always innovating, then you're always kind of increasing the potential for failure. There's a lot of points of failure.
Yeah.
But I think it would be all right.
And it's like you can use the Joy-Cons like as a mouse now. Like you put it on the surface and you can move it around using the mouse and point and click and use it in different games and things like that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They did show off Super Mario Kart World, which is, I know some people don't like that the way it is, but it looks cool to me, where you kind of have like an open world race instead of just like you can have the track races and then you can have the open world races, which is pretty cool. I like
it just looks like the typical direction for a game like that. They've had like 8, 9 games at this point, so eventually they're gonna do it. So it's not. I don't know. Since I'm not a Mario Kart guy, I'm a Crash Team Racing guy, and since we've only ever had one good game, like, well, it doesn't matter. But good for them. Congratulations, Nintendo. Whatever. Mario Kart sucks, but whatever. I'm kidding, by the way. No, I'm not.
it's so let me get into the bad really quick. Let me get into the bad. So I feel like this Switch 2 is what the Switch 1 should have been. Like all the graphical improvements, the way the Joy-Cons work and the camera things, it's like this should have been the Switch 1. You know, I feel like they just kind of half-assed the Switch 1 a bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the time where like the graphics for PS4 and the Xbox were like way ahead of the Switch. I think the Switch came out after those consoles, right? The Switch came out. The Switch came after like PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, whatever. Right?
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing people gotta understand about the Switch is it's mobile. Like mobile CPUs and stuff are not that strong because they consume a lot of energy. So there has to be a trade-off. I think the Switch 1 was exactly what it was supposed to be. Like it's fulfilled its purpose.
Well, see,
and the 2 is a natural progression of the technology, not necessarily,
I see, and that's why I said I feel like the Switch 2 should have been like what the Switch 1 was, because they're showing us that they can do it.
Yeah, now.
Now,
I think they could have did it. Me
personally,
I think they could have. I think they were just being cheap.
No, like they literally couldn't have. The technology did not exist.
Yeah,
like they it's like I think they could have done it. If they wanted to, I think if they wanted to do it, if they wanted to push the console to match the PlayStation 4 and Xbox graphically, they could have done that.
And be portable?
I don't know about portable.
Oh well, then yes, they could have done it.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: it's like they should have had. I think the home console should have been something that could graphically stand up to the PS4 and Xbox. Wow, okay, if you decide to change it into portable, okay, the game's graphics go down. I think that's how it should have been.
I get that that's how it should have been, but like if it's a portable console, then it has limitations. It has hardware limitations that at the time you wouldn't have been able to do.
Because I don't know how is the Steam Deck as far as
yes, the Steam Deck. Yes, the Steam Deck came out way later.
Yeah.
How much later did the Steam Deck come out?
Like maybe 2 years ago.
Like yeah,
it was like Switch is like 8 or 9. Yeah, Switch is like almost a decade old. It's like there's no way they could have did that. Like besides the whole draw was portability. I think they understood that way back then because it's like we're not even going to bother doing this because that's not what we're focusing on.
I think so. That's the point. I think they should have focused on that. And I think they could have did it. You guys say they couldn't, but I think they could have.
No, but it was literally so. Okay, are you saying that like I'm trying to understand what you're saying? Are you saying that they should have focused on not making it portable and making it like a traditional home console and that matches the power of like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One?
I think they could have graphically done what they wanted to do, but to cut costs, they did the Switch the way they did it.
Okay,
that's what I think.
Show me a portable console at the time that had the power of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, then I'll believe you.
No, it's not. It's not whether you believe. I think it's just something they could have did or not. I don't think they couldn't do it. That's my point. I don't think they couldn't have done it. I think
could
they could
not.
have.
They could not have done it because the hardware literally didn't exist.
We don't
Yeah,
know
like
that.
yes,
We
we
do know
do.
that.
We don't know
You
that.
don't know that. No, you
No.
don't know that. We do
I-
know that.
I think they could have.
Oh my God, whatever. I'm not arguing this.
Okay. But yeah, I think the Switch 2 should have been what the Switch 1 was.
I guess.
I think the technology was there and they could have done it, but they just didn't want to put the money into it.
Like the reason why they're doing it now is the same reason that the Steam Deck 2 isn't out now. Like Gabe Newell, they literally said the same thing. We're not going to release a Steam Deck 2 because we're not there. The hardware isn't there yet. The chips aren't there. The efficiency isn't there because the whole point of portable is to be able to actually play the thing for more than a minute without it blowing up in your hand. It's not like a regular console where you have all this extra space for stuff like fans and cooling.
Yes.
It's,
It literally did not exist. Like the people who make like the hardware, AMD and Nvidia, they did not have chips that ran powerful enough and you could cool them at a rate to where, like you said, it either wouldn't blow up in your hand or it would cut off in like a minute. Like
because with a portable hardware, you have different challenges. It's not like making the Xbox and stuffing it into a little thing with a screen. Like,
my thing isn't a laptop portable.
Yeah, that's a laptop.
Okay, well they
it's
could
not
have
a
did
handheld
that.
device.
No, I think they could have did it that way. I think they could have did it the way a laptop is.
But that's a laptop and a handheld device are two different devices. They're not the same. And even then, like laptops have the same problem. So and then you're talking about a gaming console, not a computer for like, let me just browse the web right quick. Like you have to run all these, processes and graphics, and it has to work and run and not suck when you're playing it.
Yeah.
So it's like
I think there's from just thinking in my head, I just feel like there was a way. They just didn't do it.
They couldn't. They can now, but back then, like Tevin said, the chips did not exist. They weren't powerful enough, and it wouldn't have worked. Because even back then, the Switch still had issues when it came to running.
Do you remember the problem that Nvidia had back then around that time with the mobile chips they had in laptops and how they were lying to people about how they actually ran just as powerful as the normal chips, but they didn't. They ran significantly less powerful. So they were selling people like, hey, this is a fucking GTX 1080. But it wasn't a GTX 1080. Didn't have any of the fucking power. The 800 series had that same fucking problem too. It was like, no, dude. Like, whatever.
Unless you want them to lie to everybody, sure, absolutely, yeah, they had it. It existed. You just didn't buy it hard enough, or that's
like I think these corporations are always trying to find a way to cut costs.
I mean, I would agree with you. I'm just saying it just didn't, because if it did exist, like there would have been mobile devices that did it. Like they would have done it. Like, you know what I mean? Because people were already into building ITX machines back then. Like, they were already attempting to try and build like small computers that could run that can run games, but they couldn't even. Like you could build ITX like machines back then, but they were really weak compared to what they're doing now. So it's like trying to compare it to a Steam Deck. It's like, well, technology has actually advanced that quickly. Like the difference between the GTX or RTX like 3080, just the 30 series, and the 10 series, just 2 generations, is massive. Like it's a huge difference. And so like, no, it's
I remember we were looking at stocks and I was telling you about ARM processors, that company. That's literally the processor that they use in the Switch. And because it's new, like ARM still has to prove itself. What ARM is basically it's a different platform for a CPU that prioritizes efficiency, running things better without blowing up, like without running hot. And that's what's used in a lot of mobile devices like your phone and some laptops and stuff. and also the like the Switch. So this technology was developing, and when I was telling you, like, yeah, we should invest in the ARM because they're making some good shit.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing all the way back when the Switch first came out. Like, ARM CPUs have been around for a while, but because they're not on the main stage of like the x86 processors, like from AMD and NVIDIA, not NVIDIA but
Which is what
Intel.
consoles use.
Yeah, they're not there yet. They had to develop over the past decade and a half. So yeah, like that's the reality. That's what it is. So they're able to pull it off now because of the advancements that those chips have made over the past decade.
Yeah.
So yeah, like there's no way you couldn't have made a Steam Deck back then or a Switch because they were already trying to and it didn't work. Remember the Steam machines?
I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, and no one bought them. And they were like, well, the tech isn't there yet. It's too expensive and they suck.
Yeah.
So,
Now, what do you guys think about the $80, $90 games that Nintendo is trying to charge now?
I think it's great. I think it's amazing. Nintendo fans love it, and they're gonna love it. I don't see why anyone's complaining. They're gonna buy it anyway. Why is everyone whining? They buy used games for the full price. So what does it matter now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they charge enough. They need to charge more.
Flip pulls up old ad of from 1990. This is what we were buying. I downloaded my opinion from the internet. Look, this is what you were buying anyway. It's like, brother, you were there and you didn't do this.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't do this. There's no way you were convincing your mom to buy you a $90 cart for Wave Race 64. Like you weren't doing that. They may have charged that, but trust me, that's why the PlayStation 1 blew up at the time. Because okay, I'm not even gonna say it. Do y'all remember what the price of what a new PlayStation 1 game back in the day was?
No, I don't remember.
It was $40.
What? But the picture said
yeah. It's no wonder why everybody had a motherfucking PlayStation 1 back in the day, because the GameCube, yes, that was actually one of the controversies back then in the gaming industry, was like, wow, GameCube games are fucking expensive. Super Nintendo games are fucking expensive because they use cards, but CD-based games are cheaper.
And they run better.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And so a new game was $40 fucking dollars. It was $40, like, so it was like, bro, like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's why every time they show you some shit like that, it's a Nintendo shit.
Yep.
It's some Nintendo shit. And why do you think Nintendo switched to a disc-based platform right after that?
No.
See, when you remove the context of the situation, and you just present one little piece of thing, then you can fool anybody. But it's like, bro, like, and then they'll say, well, I never said none of those things were not true. It's like, shut your ass up. Like, God. So sick of talking with idiots, man. Like, so annoying.
I've seen that picture like a billion times, dude. It's like, geez, they must really think this is like the kill shot.
Yeah, they must really think this is an argument. Just because you don't respond back to them. It's like, I don't respond back to it because it's stupid.
Yeah. So for me, I didn't even want to play the $70. When games went up to $70, I was like, hell no. Hell no.
They haven't done anything that would make me want to make such a stupid decision.
Yeah, and games are like on the decline now. It's like, you want me to pay more for games that are not even as good as like the previous generations? It's like, yeah, I can't do it. I don't see myself paying that much money unless it's just like the ultra. Like I'm an ultra fan of whatever I'm buying. Like if it's like the ultra special everything edition,
and even that's becoming hard to justify.
Yeah, with the statue and all that shit. Like, but for the most part, it's not many games that make me spend like $80 or $90, especially now that y'all done got me on the Steam, where like the Steam sales are unbeatable.
Yeah.
And shoot, I'm just gonna have to wait. For the sale, man. I can't do it. What about you, Josh?
Like I said, man, I'm happy for the Nintendo guys. They finally get their switch over, and $100 games. Like, dude, like, how could you be upset about that? That's come on. The games are obviously going to be amazing. You wouldn't pay $100 for the best game that you played for like the last 30 years. Come on, dude. Like,
I guess everyone turns into an X-bot at some point.
It's terrible.
Everybody becomes like an X-bot, just
Yeah.
Because it's like the thing I like, because at first like I was like, really critical of Nintendo, but as time goes on, like I realized that if there's like a publisher out there that has earned that level of delusion, it's Nintendo. Because like I gotta give them props, dude. It's like they make good games. Like that's you can't argue that. Yeah. Just because I'm not into Nintendo games doesn't mean that those games aren't all GOAT status. And they have the best.
Yeah.
They have the best.
I think I know where you're going with this. I can feel what you're going to say. Look, I think I'm going to complete it, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. If I'm not catching what you're putting down. Okay. Look, Sony and Microsoft, they're trying to fuck you with a dildo, but they're saying eat some trash. I got some, but hey, look, I'm gonna fuck you with this dildo, but look, I have some trash for you to eat. Here's just trash. I pulled it right out of the garbage can. Like Nintendo is like, hey, do you remember that girl you liked in fucking like senior high school? I got her. She's right here. She says she's ready to fuck. You specifically, I got her for you. Dude, she's hot as ever. But before you do, we gotta do this. And so they're smart. Like they're smart in the fact that they're like, they're gonna give you what you want, but they're just gonna fuck you so hard for it. Like,
and you're gonna say yes.
You're gonna say yes because you really have been waiting for Metroid Prime 4 forever. You've been waiting on Kirby Air Ride forever. You've been waiting on a new Donkey Kong game forever. And that's you. Not me, not these other fucks, your high school crush. Like, this is the shit you've been waiting for. Who gives a fuck about me? I don't give a fuck about any of these things. The people who care about it, they're about to sit on 20 dicks. So it's like, and they know it. And that's why they're like, you're gonna like, we can make you sit on 20 dicks because we got the best shit. Yeah. We know that you're waiting for it, and we're gonna give it to you. And fucking Sony and Microsoft, they're trying to fuck you. And they're like, why is no one sitting on our dicks?
And none of it is even good. Yeah, you gotta sit on our dicks, but our dicks, like, you get some hot pussy after you sit on this dick.
Yes.
A little bit of pegging, but come on, you try to do things.
Yeah. That's Nintendo's strategy. And so it's like it's like in a way from a like purely like looking at them like an evil genius, I'm like, well, at least like they are actually like effective. I can see that this is going to be extremely effective. But the I like to see the future not be fucked me is like, well, this fucking sucks. Like, because they got these people by the fucking balls, not me. But I can see how I could be that guy. And I'm like, fuck, that sucks.
Like,
dude.
The best thing that ever happened to me was being a Sega kid.
I know, right? Because boy, I don't give a fuck about any of the things they're talking about. I'm like, holy shit! Like, if that were, because like I know they have a valid reason for, because the Donkey Kong game looks like a new Donkey Kong game. The Mario fucking 60 whatever fucking Mario Kart game looks like a progression of the Mario Kart. okay, cool. You know, like all these things. Oh, Silk Song is coming out. Oh man, you can finally play these GameCube games that have just been locked away in fucking eBay hell forever. Like, well, unless you know you get but let's not speak emulation. Like you can, and then but hey, look, you can do something that emulation cannot do.
hey, don't say that.
Hey, look, hey, you want to play those games online with other people? We got you. You can play F-Zero GX online with people.
And you ain't got to worry about those icky computers.
Yeah,
you know,
you
they're
got
fucking spyware ads.
You know, pay us a small stipend every month. That's all. You know, it's like it's like
terrible.
Base Nintendo, bro. Like, oh my god,
you know,
so good.
So this goes back to what I was saying when people like this argument, and I think you've heard me make this argument a lot, or like this counter argument against an argument where people say consoles are dead. There's no real reason to have consoles anymore. There's no real reason for exclusives. There's no real reason for consoles and blah. You can't sell a console nowadays, blah blah blah. And I always said, what? That's not true. That's wrong. You just need to have a console with exclusives, with a lot of exclusives that people actually want. And then there you go. You can sell a console. It doesn't matter how strong, weak, or whatever it is. But Sony and Microsoft are not doing that because the software that they have is unsellable when it comes to trying to sell a console. And people say, no, that's not true. It just, even if it was good, it just wouldn't sell enough. It just wouldn't be good enough. Like PC is the future. There's, you know, consoles. These consoles are just going to become obsolete. There's just no point in having consoles. It's like, no, the same strategy that worked back in 1987, 89 works today. Yep. Guess who made it?
I agree.
Nintendo made it. Like, and so it makes no sense. So Nintendo's employing it now, and look, everyone's all fucking butthurt, but they're butthurt because they know they can feel the attraction. They're like, oh fuck. It's like,
yeah, you can't get them Switch games on Steam.
You can't get them on Steam. You can't get them fucking anywhere. And so it's like, this is the thing. This is just their first year lineup. Yeah. What console in the last 2 generations has had a strong lineup like they got right now? 4 motherfucking bad-ass titles that people want.
Yeah, everybody.
Right out the gate.
Yeah, out the gate.
The first thing
PlayStation 5 have that? I'm not even gonna mention the Xbox. Like, you don't gotta even mention that. I'm not gonna insult your intelligence by asking you the question. Like, you know. So it's like, bro, like, when was the last time? So if they got a strong lineup like this right at the fucking start, what type of lineup they gonna have in year 2? Year 3.
Yeah, you almost sound stupid complaining about it. like, why would you? Come on, dude. Like $80-$90 games, and you wouldn't pay $80 for that brand new Metroid game that we haven't seen for 20 years. You wouldn't pay $100 for a brand new Donkey Kong we haven't seen since Donkey Kong 64. Come on, dude. Yeah. Get real. Smash Brothers Brawl is still used for $50.
Samurai's making it. It's like, like, whoa.
Well, the new Smash Brothers game, I hope they charge $300 for it.
And bro, and the way they make their games to where like it's limited. It's like they tell you, like, hey, we're gonna make so many of these games. If you don't buy it now, it's over.
Even though it's all digital now. Like, don't think you're like the code shit. So like that's the only thing I will say that's like that sucks, but you know, since it's Nintendo, it's like whatever. But it's it's effectively like a PC now where you just download the game regardless.
It all sucks. Like if I have to be honest with you and not just fucking around, that shit is cancer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's absolute cancer because the thing is that what they're going to effectively do is train people to. This is like the actual, like I've seen all these other different ways that these developers have tried to train people into not owning their shit. But the problem is that they make dog shit titles and they're so obviously evil. Yeah. They might as well have horns on their fucking head, you know? And so people see like, oh man, Ubisoft, God, you're so obviously evil with a pitchfork trying to kill me, you know? But Nintendo is a hot siren that's like, come here and rest in my fucking bosom.
and then they just never let go.
Yeah, and then they're dead before they know it.
It's
They never
like-
wake up.
That's a great analogy.
It's like that's it. And so it's like, no, that's horrible too. It's just that one, it's like drinking fucking like what do they call that shit? Fucking I can only think of the scientific name, propylene glycol, fucking antifreeze. Like, like it's like drinking antifreeze, thinking that shit's Kool-Aid. Like, oh shit,
Yeah, it's like bright blue. Why would you
it's
drink
bright,
that?
it's bright blue and it tastes sweet. It must be Kool-Aid, dude. It's like, yeah, no, it's gonna kill you. Like,
Whatever, dude. It tastes good.
it tastes good right now. So it must be Kool-Aid. It's like, it's going to train people to not care about owning their games. And this is the most effective way that I've seen so far, because it will be something that, as long as they can make software that is like good, people are not going to see the negative effects of it until like 10 years from now, when they want to boot that game up again, and then Nintendo's like, that's funny, pay us again.
Yeah.
Is this
Pay
your
us-
game? Is this your
It's your
app?
game. That's funny, because we adjusted the terms of service and we said that there was actually a license on that game that lasts on this much time. Oh, you didn't know that when you bought the game back in 2025?
Mm.
Oh, well, because it didn't
But
exist in
you.
2025. We updated the terms of service. What terms of service?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't remember that there was a EULA for the game you bought in the store that was just a game key? Oh, you don't remember that? I could have sworn that we made you download an update in 2027 where that then there was a EULA where we said, actually, you only own this game for 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah, own. Quotation.
Own, yeah. Own, and then they'll have like somewhere in paragraph C, section A, with an asterisk that says ownership under the legal definition. That means that this, that, other, and the other, And so like people are like, oh, but then people will they'll have this defeatist attitude of like, oh well, I guess that's just, it is what it is, I guess. Okay, well, I mean, I'm only gonna do this anyway. Coping. You're coping. Coping and seething. Like that shit. It's like, but that's what it is. Like anytime you hear that shit, that it's not that bad, that it's not that bad attitude.
Yeah.
Anytime that's the case, they're coping and seething. That's what it is. That's literally, that's what you're watching. You're watching coping. That's a coping mechanism. I finally like put it together. I was like, oh, they're coping. That's what that is. Like they're coping. Like, and they want you, like when you are pointing out what it is and like, this sucks, you're breaking their ability to cope.
And you're ruining the fun. You're ruining it. Stop
you're
ruining my dream.
I want to cope.
Yeah. You see me resting on this bosom? Fuck off, dude.
Fuck off. The world is fucking shit. Just let me rest. It's like,
let me rest in peace.
Let me rest in peace. It's like
you don't think I know I'm dead? Come on, jeez. Get out of here, dude. Get your own bosom to rest on. All you gotta do is complain.
So one thing about the Switch, with the Switch 2, I noticed what they're doing. They said there's going to be 3 types of games you can buy. It's either the Switch 2 game, the regular Switch game, and then the enhanced version of the old Switch games. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to resell you again the games you didn't already bought.
Man,
But
I'm
by
so glad-
upgrading to the Switch 2 version.
I'm so glad they went after that emulator, that pesky emulator, allowing people to play the games any resolution and hardware they want. Fucking villains. I'm so glad Nintendo shut them down and used that exact same software to make their Switch 2 better so they could charge you for it. Base Nintendo, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, those fucking dirty bastards.
Those dirty bastards. Yep.
I swear, like Nintendo is like the best supervillain. It's like at first I was like, years ago, I was like, man, Nintendo's so stupid. How come they're not X, Y, and Z? But now that I can see, I was like, wow, these guys are really good.
Josh, I said, like, you remember, like, way back in the day, I was like, Nintendo's the only one that's actually, like, smart. I was like, when it comes to, like, their model and how they do things and stuff like that, people hate them, but they have all their shit.
Yeah.
People talk shit about, oh man, the Nintendo Switch is so weak, blah blah blah, and they got one sitting on their desk.
Right there.
Yeah, they got all this shit.
It's the perfect environment because, like, look
yeah,
at their competition. Two
yeah,
and now
exactly.
both.
Their competition lol, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
their competition is like one of them is literally just a retard, and the other one is oh wait, no,
gay.
they're both retards.
No, a woman.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
One is
no,
a
I
retard.
actually didn't know which one was the retard and which one was gay. I forgot. So I'm just gonna call them both gay retards because, like, I guess like maybe Microsoft's more gay, and then like
Yeah, Sony's the woman.
no, they're both stupid, dude.
They are, but I'm trying to be offensive. So, like, the Microsoft's the retard, and Sony's the woman. So yeah.
No, but like Xbox is literally the woman.
Oh yeah, that fucking lady.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Well, okay, yeah, you got me. They're really interchangeable. So I guess
Yeah, like
it doesn't
they're
matter.
both they both are stupid. They both make the same fucking mistakes. They both have fans that are just absolutely loyal for no fucking reason. It's like, what are you loyal to? I at least understand why Nintendo fans are loyal. They get what they want, even if it's at
And
some
it's good.
sacrifice.
It's
Yeah,
all
it's true.
good too. It's like I can't
Yeah.
even, like, yeah, this is evil, but God, I mean, that lady is hot. I mean, I'm not that attracted to her, but I'd be stupid if I said she wasn't attractive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, but it's like, what you Xbox guys, what the fuck are you getting? It's like they're like cuckolds. It's like, oh well, I got a new Halo game, but it's on PC, and
and it's not even Halo anymore.
it's not really even Halo anymore. They kind of just changed it. But I watch
Yeah.
from afar. It's like
In the corner
yeah, in the
Yeah.
corner.
with the
And
camera, just spectator mode.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
and it's like, when was the like last thing? Like, people, I swear, people go to swear up and down. Like, when you say, like, for Sony, like, okay, well, what shit have they, like, exclusives have they been having? Which, by the way, the answer is going to be zero, because even if they release something that's supposed to be goated, it ends up on PC. So it's like, who gives a fuck? But it's like, people swear up and down like, oh, but that Spider-Man game is so goated. And I'll be thinking something, it feels like, you know how, okay, you know how, like, there's fake goats?
Yeah,
I don't know how to put it in any other words, but
those
fake
quotation
goat.
marks. Yeah,
Yeah.
the one, like, artificially popular.
Yes, artificially like pushed goat. And what I mean by that is, like, you can tell when something is truly goated, because no one has to talk about how goated it is. Everyone's
Yeah.
just talking about it.
Yep.
Like, oh my god, this game is so sick. Persona 5, for example, that's a goated game, because when Persona 5 came out, you couldn't get people to shut up about the theme song, the sleeping with the teacher, with everything about the fucking game. It was like everybody
Yeah.
was talking about it, but everyone wasn't like, the game's goated. Actually, you had people saying the opposite. Man, this game's overrated. Actually, Persona 5 is good, but it ain't. It's overrated. It's overrated. Like, I'm like, okay, that actually kind of shows it's goated.
Yeah.
I don't even think Persona 5 is the greatest Persona game, but, like, come on, dude. Like, Persona 5, we're not going to sit here and actually deny, like, that Persona 5 is probably the biggest Persona game, ever. Like, it blew the
Yeah.
fuck up, right?
Yeah.
But a fake goated game would be like the Spider-Man fucking games.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, they're like, every time I hear someone try to talk, they're like, oh yeah, those games are so goated. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I don't ever hear anybody talk about it, like, outside of it's goated.
Yeah.
People don't say, oh man, like, this part in the game was so sick, or this part when this thing happened. Have you see? Like, when shit in games that's goated, people will share shit on the internet. Like, did you see this part? Like, okay, like Invincible. I never watched Invincible in my entire fucking life. I don't know shit about Invincible. I didn't know shit about Invincible. But how is it that I know about, like, I'll have another one, Mark. 18 years. You know? How do I know
like
about
those moments? It's
yeah,
Yeah.
how do I know about all these fucking moments? How do I know about them? Because I can't escape them. I can't escape them. I will see them at some point in my life because it is truly goated. It is truly goated. When people say, man, Omni-Man, dude, when he did this thing, oh my God, that was crazy. He killed this dude. YouTube short after YouTube short of fucking Invincible shit. It's like, that's goated. That's actually goated. I had not seen one YouTube short on a fucking Spider-Man game except for the mod where they changed the flag and then they it's like
the CJ mod,
know
like,
that there was a gay flag and then someone modded it to an American flag and then it's banned. That's the only thing I know about the fucking game. That and the bitch is ugly. That's it. That's all I know about it. I'm like,
the controversies.
Yeah. So like, how's this game fucking goated when people ain't even talking about it? Like, it's goated. It's goated. It like no, it ain't
like all of Sony's games. Like, oh, Last of Us is goated. Fucking what's the other one that came out? God of War, goated.
Goated, yeah. You don't know shit about them. Don't no one talk about it. Like, oh man, you know, like hell, I've never played any of the God of War games in my life, but I know more about the first 3 God of War games than I know about the last 2 that came out. Like, oh man, you know,
the boy game. That was it. Boy.
Oh yeah.
Boy.
Dad of War, you know, like he's a dad. Like, he's a dad. It's like, okay. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people be talking about these games like they're goated. And I'm like, are they fucking actually goated or are they fake goated?
Yeah, I think it's like the mainstream goated because, like, the thing I noticed about God of War is like people treat it more like a movie than a game. So when they talk about it, they talk about it as if it's something they went to go see. You don't hear about any, like, you know, like, for example, like the Ninja Gaiden 2, like one of the biggest scenes, you know, part of the game was the staircase.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, the staircase. There's nothing like that in these newer games. There's no moment of gameplay.
Hell no. Yeah, the people wouldn't even survive to get. They would be bitching so hard on the internet. This. I have already played the game. I shouldn't have to do this. Shut your ass up, dude.
So, I wanted to ask: did anybody play the Fatal Fury beta that happened these last couple of days?
I actually didn't get to play it.
I was
like a little bit of it. Like, but I think I'm
busy having fun.
Matches.
So, I didn't play it either because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, I mean, because like
I think I'm not interested, man.
For a minute, I felt bad because I was like, man, Grand Blue is like it's too much fun, and I was like, oh well, yeah, I still want to get the game. But when I saw that first I saw Cristiano Ronaldo, whatever his name is.
I call him Ronaldo.
Yeah, when I saw him, I'm like, okay, hype decreased 45%, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. Anyway, when I saw this guy, I was like, I don't even want to buy this shit no more. I don't know who this is for. I don't know why it's here. And I'm like, has Mark City of the Wolves always been doing this shit, or is this new?
No, it's just something completely new.
Push him over. Get up, man. Get up. Hey.
It's so ugly, regular man character.
Terry Bogard. I feel like he's like, you know, that wrestling match between I think it was Hulk Hogan and I know his name, Sweet Chin Music. I know his name.
Oh, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, you know how Shawn Michaels was overselling because there was some beef going on, and he was like, "Oh, he's really getting me, guys." Oh, that's what Terry looks like he's doing to this guy. He's like, "Oh man, you're really strong." Oh my God, he's so powerful. He's swimming through the air like that.
You know what it is? You know what it feels like? Because like you were not like excited for the game that much at all in the beginning. I was the opposite, right? Like I was like, man, this game, I really like it. But even like seeing these two fucking characters, man, it decreased my hype, or not hype, I should say, but like me wanting to buy the game. I mean, down to a point to where I'm like, if I wasn't a fan of this, I would not buy it. That's where I'm at right now, where I'm like, wow, like I'm at a point where I'm like, why are you better not buy this? Like my brain is telling me like you better not buy this. Like, and I'm like, I don't like being at that point, dude. I don't like arguing with myself. It's like, fuck, I never like being at that point.
Yes. I'm trying not to laugh, but it's so stupid. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Like I wasn't hyped for. Well, I was hyped. I'm gonna say I was hyped initially until I played the game, and it just didn't feel fun to me. But I'm like, okay, maybe it'll get better or whatever. And when the second beta came out, we were playing Grand Blue, and Grand Blue and Fatal Fury, City of the Woods, to me, they're almost like the same game. If you take the system mechanics away, they're almost like the same game as far as like pacing and poking and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just rather play Grand Blue. I like this. I like if you throw the system mechanics back in, I just like Grand Blue better. And it kind of made me just not even want to play, this new Fatal Fury game. And then, like you said, Tevin, when this came out, this trailer or whatever, it's like, all my hope just died. I don't even think my favorite character, Yamazaki, if they put Yamazaki in the game, I don't even think that can save this game for me. Not after this. Because this is so lame to me. Like when Ronaldo came out, I was like, okay, this is ridiculous, but it's okay. You got the soccer ball, maybe you got some interesting mechanics, that come along with him and what he's doing. But when I saw this character, I'm like, oh my God, what are they doing? This is not even interesting. It's so stupid and silly. I can't believe they even put this character together. And I didn't even know who he was.
No,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know who the guy was in the first place. I had to look it up. At least like Ronaldo, I kind of know of him.
Yeah, I know who that motherfucker was. I'm so tired of people acting like they knew who the fuck Ronaldo was. Like, no one knew who the fuck he was.
I was
like you probably heard of him once in your entire fucking life. Like,
it's like Ronaldo, and I'm like, oh, is that like a soccer guy? I don't watch that.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, because FIFA guys really cross over with fucking fighting game players. Like,
yeah, I know. Like, it's crazy. It's almost like maybe I'm not a true fighting game fan. So maybe I just don't get it.
It's so stupid. Like, I'm just tired of all the fucking like lying. It's like, bro, this shit is so whack and disrespectful to everybody. It's disrespectful to the franchise. It's disrespectful to SNK. It's disrespectful to the people looking forward to the game. It's just disrespectful. I don't like it. I don't like being disrespected. I think that's the feeling. Yeah. Because technically you can just say, well, it's just two characters that's in the game. Who cares? You weren't gonna probably play with any of, like, if it was Freeman and Hokutomaru or whatever, like, and those were the two that got announced, you wouldn't have played with them. Like, yeah, you're right. But I would rather look at Freeman than look at these. I wish it was just Freeman and I only got one character and it was Freeman and I wouldn't even touch the motherfucker ever rather than have these two fucks in the game.
Yeah, because you got to learn how to fight this shit. And while you're in the practice mode trying to figure out the best anti-swim in the air DJ strat, like, yeah,
I can't even lie. I like you guys are laughing, and I can't laugh at it. I'm actually mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I know why y'all laughing. Like, I'm not mad at y'all for laughing. But like, just imagine like you had like I was actually looking forward to the fucking game. It comes out in 2 fucking weeks. Like,
damn, it sure do. Damn.
So now
right.
I went from being like, damn, that's sick. I can't wait to buy this fucking game, and you just took a fucking curly turd on it. Now I just like it's so stupid. It's just like
What?
Dude, when he's like doing the handstand shit, and just like he's just waving around, and he's like, and it's like it looks so painful. Oh my goodness!
That's your game now, Tevin. It's the future.
It's TEKKEN for sound.
I guess like just like if you like something, some rich asshole or someone that's disconnected to it will always fucking ruin it.
Yeah, just like Shenmue 3. same feeling. I understand how you feel. Because I was like all for that game until it was like, actually, it's gonna be an Epic Games Store exclusive. You're fucking shit on wait, you know, when you like what's it called? When you put money towards something and like, oh yeah, you thought the players did that? No, fuck you. You just made it popular enough for us to walk in and snatch it out of your fucking hands. And it's like, yep, that looks. It didn't even make him look cool.
Like, how can he look cool? How can they make him look cool? It would be like trying to make you look cool or me look cool. We're just dudes.
Jumpsuit man.
Man, why do you have to put him in the tracksuit like that? It's like, so I looked up the guy because I didn't know who he was. And he do look like a regular man, but there's like other outfits that they could have put him in that actually look way better than the damn tracksuit.
I don't think it matters.
You know what I think? I know why I think because they probably didn't want to actually do this shit. So they were just like, we're just gonna make this guy look as retarded and stupid as possible because we hate it.
Look at Terry Bogard getting toe up.
I know, dude. He's selling all those hits too.
Like, you know what's funny? It's like if in an alternate reality, Duck King is the one that got announced, and I'm like, Duck King sucks, you know, like.
But at least he's a character in the game.
Well, yeah. Like I would have been sad. I would have been like, oh man, I don't like Duck King, but whatever, who cares? But then if someone came to me and was like if me came to me in the alternate universe, it was like, this is what could have happened. That other me would have been like, holy shit, I love Duck King. Like, holy shit, never mind. Duck King is sick. Dang, that's crazy. Wow, that's a shitty reality. I don't want to live where you live.
Yeah, it looks like your life sucks. Like, Jesus. You got this guy with shades. Spend $60 on this, man. Spend $60.
Bro,
do the push the hand in your face ever so slightly. He's looking at the screen like, yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Oh my god, bro! It's like, so this.
Let me see the dislike ratio on that. I'm curious.
I hope everyone dislikes it. I know it's impossible to get 100% dislike ratio, but I wish.
I think I have to do that.
I wish it would be 100%. But of course, they don't show dislikes, so you would have to get the fucking extension.
Let me see what these comments are really quick. Let me see what these comments are.
Yep, it's
At this rate, I'm going to be in the game as well.
Yeah.
This game is turning into someone's personal Mugen.
Yep.
I'll never make fun of Mortal Kombat guest characters ever again.
Yep. Yes. Yep. All these are valid.
I love how any King of Fighters game have a better Fatal Fury roster than any actual Fatal Fury game. One of the facts. Listen, this line right here is why I play King of Fighters. It's like King of Fighters is so good to me compared to this Fatal Fury. It's like I know it's different games. We already went through it, but it's so much better. It got so many cooler characters. It's like all the characters that you want in a Fatal Fury game, most of them are in KOF. All the main ones.
Yeah.
You know? And you got your Geeses, you got your Rock, you got your Yamazaki, Billy Kane, you got your Mai, you got your Andy, you got the Joe. Like the majority of the Fatal Fury squad is in KOF, and they all play really, really sick in that game. And it just, man, I just thought it was going to be a better game to me.
Yeah.
But
that's my favorite one right there at the bottom.
which one?
I remember my grandmother saying to me, "I don't care what they tell you at school. Salvador Kadichi is a Fatal Fury character."
Bro, see this right here. It's good to see that the Sony ownership isn't negatively affecting SNK games.
Yep.
That's a good one there.
Yeah.
And of course, that's probably the reason why, Ronaldo and this whoever this guy is in the Salvatore is in this game. I think it's because of this line right here.
Of course.
That line right there. Because like you were saying, Tevin, like SNK, does SNK ever put musicians and soccer players in their games? I've never seen it until now.
Yeah. What changed?
Yeah, exactly.
SNK is fucking cursed. They're cursed, dude. They're cursed.
They are, man. And
they're fucking cursed. Like they just can't catch a fucking break, man.
Yeah.
Like,
bro,
come on, dance with me.
Terry, like, okay. Okay.
Well, like Herbert, right now it's Fatal Fury, but
tomorrow it'll be King of Fighters.
It'll be King of Fighters, and I wonder if they're gonna put either Rashad Evans in, or are they gonna put
the Undertaker
the
in.
Liver King, the Liver King?
No, it's gonna be Undertaker because Crown Jewel.
Oh,
they're gonna get some WWE characters in there.
Oh no, yeah,
John Cena.
Yeah, it's gonna be John Cena.
No, wait, it's gonna be Goldberg. They love Goldberg.
Oh no, it has to be someone way more obscure and lamer. Like DJ Khaled.
Another one. Bam.
Yeah, another
Bam.
one. Bam, another one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey yo.
That's what he's gonna say.
You played yourself.
Yep, you played yourself. Yep, you already got it. Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, well, there is some other news that came out. I don't know if you want to, add this in.
Okay, what's that?
Emma Frost has been announced for Rivals.
Oh man!
And I think we should study the trailer.
Well, before we do that, we got a guest to add to the stage. We got Kuroki with us today.
Kuroki, man, long time no see.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Man, let me tell you. First of all, since we on the topic of Fatal Fury, I just want to say that was 10 pounds worth of ass in a 5-pound bag. Like, just off the rip, bro, that beta was terrible.
Really? So, okay, I'm glad you're here because, like we just said, we didn't play it because we was like, we're ready to play Green Blue. So, since you actually play it, can you give us insight on how the beta was and your thoughts on it?
Well, okay, the netcode is just kind of like really, really sketchy. It's like you could either get a really good connection or the worst shit ever. Feel like you're playing off of an 800 ping connection. It's just out of
Yeah,
there.
you what you probably actually are, because that's how some of the pings were. It was like 800. At least last beta, it was like you run into a motherfucker with like crazy pings you never see before. You're like, what the fuck? 1,000 ping? I've never seen that in a game ever. Like,
No,
what?
no, neither did I, man. And so on top of that, it didn't really make it any better because, like, okay, King of Fighters 15 felt pretty smooth to me, mechanically, and just the way everything flowed on the screen was very smooth. Then I got into this game, and I noticed for one, it was a lot slower, but two, the characters felt a little stiff. I don't know if it's just me, but like the characters just didn't feel like they were able to do a lot of different things. There was not much variety to the combo system.
Um,
Um,
yeah, I felt the same way.
Even animation wise,
Yes,
animation just looks stiff.
yeah, that's how I felt with like the first beta. Since I didn't play the second one, but yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, man. And well, I think the first beta kind of left a really weird impression on me because, for one, despite them thinking, oh well, if we don't add training mode to this, then they can't crack the beta. They still ended up cracking the beta anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was just like you should have just put training mode in, which they did in the second beta. Which I did. I did like what Tizok. I thought he was cool. He played all right. And he's probably my favorite character in the whole game, really, right now. Because I don't is Gato in the game? Like, is he part of the main roster?
Yeah, he is.
he is, but I don't think he's in the beta.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, either way, like honestly, I just finished buying like all the characters, every season pass for KOF 15 for like $10. So I was
For
like,
real?
yeah, it's on. Actually, I think the season passes are on sale right now. You
Cause
can
see,
get
I
the last one
bought
for like $7.
really because I bought all of the passes for my PS4. I only bought one for like PC, so I need to buy the rest of them.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I've been having fun with the Sam Show characters. Never
Yeah,
actually got to play them before until recently.
yeah, they're pretty sick. They kind of you know transferred them over in their two sets pretty well in the KOF. I know
Yeah.
what's her name, Nakamaru or whatever her name is.
Oh
She's
yeah,
been
yeah.
in 14 before, and so they just brought her back, and she's pretty good. How Maru, he's sick. Like all of them sick. Like I
I
think
like
so.
Genji. That's my boy.
Yeah, like everybody's sick.
But
Um,
but
but
overall, man, Fatal Fury just felt so unstable to play consistently. Like even trying to find a match took like eternal time, bro. I felt like I could probably go live an entire lifetime, come back to life reincarnated, and I'm still fucking waiting for another match.
damn,
Yeah,
that
I had
sucks.
that issue too.
So the overall goal that we thought was they were going to fix that with this beta,
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they
and
didn't.
damn.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Um, but before we move on to the next topic, which is the one that Josh brought up. So, Kuroki, did you see the Nintendo Direct?
Oh, did I?
Now,
My
what
lady was literally sitting here just talking to me about that.
now? What is your overall thoughts on it?
They they went completely anti-consumer in so many different ways. They locked features behind the Nintendo Online shit, and then on top of that, now there's only Switch 2 exclusive stuff. Then your OG Nintendo Switch games don't even play on the Switch 2 unless it's compatible.
Mm,
That already defeats the purpose of anybody who really owns their games uh, to even want to invest in a second one, a new
yeah,
Switch.
yeah.
On top of that,
I was telling the
oh, go
guys
ahead.
that there's like three. I think there's three types of games you can play on the Switch 2. It's the Switch 2 games. It's the upgraded Switch games. And I
Yeah,
think can you play the regular Switch games too?
only if they're compatible on the Switch too.
Yeah, okay. Only if they're compatible. So they're only allowing certain ones to be played on the Switch too.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But the main big problem here is they selling physical games for that $90, and the worst part is the physical games that you're getting. There's no game files on it. It's like 2 gigabytes of just bullshit bloatware and DRM on the
What?
Switch.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, your physical
Yep.
games aren't actually on the chip anymore.
For some games, like to be accurate before someone fucking bitches, even though they're probably just going to make it in a way where that's not true. But essentially, there's 3 types of uh, games that, or ways to get a game. There's, obviously the digital game. You can buy it digitally, and then there's the like physical card that you would get, and that has the game on it. But then there's
Yeah,
something else called a game key that you
game
can buy.
key. There you go.
Yeah, and
That's
the
right.
game key is like what he just said, where all it is it contains a key that allows you to be able to download the game and play the game, but it's physical. You put it into your console, and so what people have been saying is like, well, there's still going to be games that can be sold as like a normal Switch 2 game. So just relax, calm down a little bit. But it's like, bruh, you don't know what games are going to be sold as a physical like game that when you buy it, you own it, and a game that is a game key. And what I suspect is going to be is that games where essentially they can't charge $90 for, they're going to make it a game key. And
Hmm.
Oh,
games
that's
where
crazy.
and games where they can justify charging you $90. So like the Bravely Default, they already shown like the Bravely Default um like re-release or whatever, that's just a game key. That's not when you so if you go buy the physical copy of it, it's just a game key that you're
But
buying.
bro,
So it's like
But
realistically, who the
so
fuck would pay $90 though for a physical copy of game? You paying a premium for a physical copy only to find out that you're not really owning your shit.
well, see, that's the thing. Like they're gonna progress to that. I don't think they're gonna do that in the beginning. I think their strategy in the beginning is going to be something like what they're doing now, like Bravely Default, an old game, remaster of an old game. They're gonna
Hmm.
make that a game key and make that $40. And then
so
people are going, hold on, let me complete this.
no, go
Like
ahead. Go
so
ahead.
so they're gonna do that, and then whatever the fuck new Mario game or whatever, Metro Prime 4, that's
Hmm.
gonna be $90, but it's gonna be the real game, right?
Yeah,
And
the
and
premium
then
stuff.
yes, and so then when you buy that game, that's still gonna be the game, like on the cart and everything. But as buying game keys becomes normalized, they're gonna try it once with one game. Oh,
Hmm.
well, for some reason, because you remember tuna fish, Josh?
Oh yeah, tuna fish.
Yeah,
Because
well,
tuna fish.
because tuna fish did something. We gotta make this game. I know the newest Mario game has to be just a game key. I'm so sorry, but like we gotta do it, guys, because tuna fish.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so people are going to be like, "Damn tuna fish, man! I fucking hate tuna fish. I wish he didn't have to do this thing, but it's tuna
It,
fish's fault."
it
And
has to happen.
so
There's
it
nothing we
has
can
to
do.
happen. There's nothing we can do. It was tuna fish's fault. So then, like, when that succeeds, then they're going to try and transition the rest of the $90 games into just game keys. But as of right now, I think they have enough brains to understand that $90 is already a gigantic shock. And so they have
Hmm.
to ease people into the $90. But if they say $90 and it's a game key, it's like I don't think they can even make that sale. So they're like, okay, we gotta ease them into wanting game keys with the other stuff that is wantable but at a lesser price so that we can get them on that later. We got to get them in the door first. They can't reject it. We can't get them at a point to where they might reject it before they even got the fucking console, before they got any games. We got to give them something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Was
let me see if I understand. This is what it sounds like to me. So they're selling you a physical like card or whatever, right? But it's
Yeah.
actually just a key to download a digital game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty
So
much.
they're actually tricking you into buying a physical
Yes.
digital game. They're tricking you
Yes.
into buying a digital game when you think you're getting a
Yes.
physical.
You are
Bro,
correct.
that is
Yes.
so
You are
scummy.
correct. It is extremely scummy. It is
That is so
extremely
scummy.
scummy.
See, I
But
didn't know that. I was
see,
like completely in the
that's
dark,
why
and
you that's why
I
you
think a
have
lot
to
of people
research.
don't. A lot of people don't know that.
You're right. A lot of people don't understand. I mean, hell,
Oh,
like just like even though Kuroki knew about the game key thing, he thought it was just the game key thing and the digital thing.
no,
When he did,
I did remember about like specific games. Like I knew their flagship titles were definitely gonna get a real physical
okay,
game. But to an extent I already know with games like that, the Elden Ring port that they're bringing to Switch, Hogwarts Legacy, stuff like that. All their third party stuff is probably gonna be a digital key.
yeah, probably. Because they can't justify in my mind, what I think it is that they can't justify whatever they can't justify charging more than $60. They're going to make it a game key.
Hmm.
And then the stuff where they're going to charge you a premium price, they're gonna make that a real deal physical. So you have no art. Like, they're trying to decrease the amount of arguments that you would reasonably have. You know, um, because yeah, people are going to make that argument. Wait a minute. So essentially, I'm just downloading a digital game. So why are you charging me physical prices if I'm just downloading a digital game? But this is the real fucked up part about it. They have the market lockdown because
It's
if
Nintendo.
well, not just their Nintendo, but think about it. Like, when you just have digital and physical and it's just those two things, right? Then when
Yeah.
you have a game that's on your platform that's digital, you can control the price for it forever, right? But then there's this sneaky issue where you have the physical copy of the game. And now that price you can't control really, because when people buy the game, it's theirs now. And so then they can sell that game for whatever price they want. Shops, when they get it, they can sell that game at the price of whatever want. How many are printed? How much do people want the game versus don't want the game? So the price is now in the hands of the free market.
Hmm.
But if I make all the physical copies of the game digital keys effectively, like over
Right.
time,
Yeah,
then the whole market becomes a digital market that all links back to the Nintendo store, which I
yeah,
control.
yes. That would be. That sounds like a likely future, like you're saying. And it's so scummy.
Like, people don't do that like laying out the bricks into the most logical like outcome type of thing. They wait until they get at the doorstep, and then they're like, oh fuck, flames. It's like,
Hey
like,
yo,
you have to lay that
speaking
out.
of speaking of like games in for Nintendo Switch, it's like I'm pretty sure y'all have seen the part where they were talking about the game sharing thing, but like if you're sharing with somebody, you can't play your shit. The thing you bought that you're sharing with somebody, whether it be a family member or something, on your plan, you guys can be playing. I mean, paying for a family plan, but you can't be playing the same game at the same time. They trying to do the Steam thing, but they did worse because they charging you for the membership to do it. But how the fuck does that benefit anybody if I can't play the
Yeah,
thing I paid for?
yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah, you know what's funny? How that came about is because Microsoft was going to do that first. Then they
Hmm.
flubbed the bag, and then Steam said, "We'll just do that shit for fucking free," and did it better. And then then Nintendo comes after them and still does it worse. And the reason why they can do that is because console like there's a difference between like the console mindset and the PC gamer mindset. The console gamer mindset, they don't essentially have standards. Their standards are set by whatever the console manufacturer tells them what their standards are. And
Yeah,
it is natural that way because you are buying a console because you want a curated experience. That's the whole point. Because on a PC, There is no curated experience. You have to curate your own experience. You have to build, you have to
Correct.
pick what parts you want. Do you want NVIDIA? You want AMD? You want Intel? You want AMD? You know, you have to pick all this shit yourself. You have to decide, oh, do I not want to get on fucking Steam? Do I want to use Epic Game Store? Do I want to use this, that, the other? Oh, you know what? I ain't playing on Blizzard because Battle.net fucking sucks. You know, like you have to make all of these motherfucking decisions all the time. Where on a console, the only decision you got to make is what game to buy. You know, what game to buy and what subscription to not subscribe to, which is only one. So, you know, so your standards or whatever the fuck the console manufacturer tells you your standards are. And so what ends up happening is that your only way of thinking becomes what their thinking is. And it's very difficult to escape that if that's all, and that's what they want. That's why people end up being loyal to Xbox their entire fucking life or some shit like that, because it's like, well, you bought into the Kool-Aid, and now they have found a way to kind of like hijack your ability to choose, and now all your choices are colored through the lens of Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo. And so you will justify whatever the fuck they do because they're your taste too. Well, they're not really your taste. Your tastes have been hijacked, but it's like they are your taste effectively. And so, yeah.
We
And
are
so that's,
legion, basically.
yeah, exactly. That's
Become
why
the
there's a
hive.
complete difference between a PC gamer and a fucking console gamer, and there always will be, even with like cucked like Windows and shit like that, because the guy still has to choose. Like he has to choose at every
Yeah.
fucking thing he does. He has to choose. There's nothing curated to him. There's nothing that's like you have to play this. These are what you have. It's like nah, you gotta choose. Like your
Yeah.
library, Herbert, looks 1000% different from mine.
Yeah.
1000%. And is it because Steam just came to you and knew exactly what to share to you? No, you did that shit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't do that shit.
I bought those
Steam didn't do that.
sales.
Yeah, that was all you, man. That was all you, not me, not Steam, not anybody. You know. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it sucks. They'll
Yeah.
justify it. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, like one thing that I saw with them doing whatever the hell they want is that damn camera. Like I like the camera innovations, but man, that camera they were showing off and that video was so grainy. I was like, come on, y'all can do better than that. We are in the future. Why does this shit still look like
The
PlayStation
Switch 2
2
feels
camera?
rushed, to be honest with you.
I didn't see any of that shit, to be quite honest. Like I didn't watch that, so I
Hey, do y'all believe the Switch 2 can run at 4K, 120 FPS? Because that's the bullshit that they try to throw at us. All these big numbers.
no. Of course not. Of course not. Like
Yeah.
it's a
You
mobile, it's a
didn't
mobile
immediately-
fucking like no way. I mean,
You
maybe
mean-
it can run like fucking F-Zero GX. Yeah, like some GameCube game or some shit, like, or you know, but no.
Upscaler. Oh, you got to do
Upscaler.
Hey, no,
Don't make
actually,
that a
I
song,
take
bro.
back, no, wait. I take it back. They can, dude. With the power of you can do whatever you want, dude.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
with fake frames, it
I
don't
know.
matter.
Come on,
Oh,
it's
man,
the
it doesn't
future,
matter,
bro.
dude.
It's the
The
future.
power of AI. We are the future. Like
Yeah.
AI can give you 3,000 frames if you wanted it.
God damn it! What would that even look like? It's like I can't. My brain is like having a headache
I
and an
know the human
aneurysm at the
mind
same
can
time.
only
thinking about-
see 24 frames per second anyway, so
Yeah,
you know, I don't
yeah.
even know what we were doing with all those extra frames.
Like,
Like,
look,
I'm
it's
good with
it's
60.
higher number. It's higher number, so it's better. Just believe, listen, and
Just
believe.
believe. Yeah, bro, you must be smoking some kind of like strong ass superhero crack or something. Like you
Like,
be
nah,
running
man,
at 3,000 frames a second.
You guys just start living in the future, man.
You
It's
gotta
all
live in the
about
future, man.
procedurally generated frames. Like,
Hell yeah, AI generated shit.
Like, dude, like so the camera in this Switch, man, I feel like there are better cameras in your phone. Like the camera that they use on this shit is like
The
so grainy.
camera? What are you talking about?
So they're gonna show it in just a second. But in this
Okay.
video, so they have a new camera, you know, or that they have.
Why do I feel like I'm like living in 2013 when the Xbox One did this shit?
Yeah. So they have the camera that you can use to chat and use in the game or whatever. And the
Okay.
camera, like the video of like you in the game looks so grainy.
Oh man, the frame rate was horrible, bro.
I'm like,
Me and my lady was laughing at that shit.
like,
I
come
didn't
on,
see
man.
this.
It's like, come on,
Bro,
man.
they look so unhappy to be there.
Y'all
Oh,
could have got a better camera than
Look,
your
I
camera
use on
looks
that
better
fucking.
than that.
Bro, but tell me why the actors look like they had guns pointed at the back of their head, like hurry
Oh,
up and do this acting, bitch.
man. Hey,
You
it's
know,
retro,
if
Herbert.
they're
It's retro, dude. Like you
yeah, but
You're
definitely
like,
see,
see
they're
wow,
so
I can't
bold.
believe.
If they're so bold to charge people $90, $80 for a game, why can't they just design a good camera?
look, I think you guys are
At
like,
least the 1080p camera. What
Yeah,
the fuck, man?
1080p camera and charge it
guys,
whatever.
guys. I think you're missing the point here.
Guys.
You're focusing on the wrong thing. You
Right,
should
right.
be happy that we were all able to talk and play on the same platform.
Oh, I said that shit in the chat, bro. Yes, game chat in 2025, y'all. We back,
Yeah,
bro. We
like,
finally at it. Technology has reached its
all
peak.
together, anytime, anywhere.
yeah.
Hey, bro.
So,
Hey, yo. Hey, fuck this streaming service, bro. Hey, yo, Herb. We gonna have to stream directly from Nintendo's chat. It's game chat.
Let
We
me
gonna
guess,
have
you
to
gotta pay
try
for
it
that
out.
too, right? Yeah, you gotta pay for
Yep.
that.
hey,
Yep.
You gotta pay for a
the
subscription for that, right?
you
Like you
think
have to
the
pay a subscription to access that feature. It's
Yes,
not just your
When
hardware.
PlayStation and every other fucking Discord and everything else it has it just for free. Like you can just join somebody's fucking
guys,
party.
I just remembered something. You think
Okay, what's up? What's up?
you think the Ethernet dongle is going to be separate?
Oh shit!
oh,
I think it is.
Hey, bro, if y'all play Smash Bros,
bro,
y'all gonna need that Ethernet wire, bro.
that's crazy. I forgot about that.
Come on, guys.
'Cause so
The future is
when
now.
the first Switch came out, I was
Oh,
working
that's
at the
so
game
funny.
store selling consoles, and I forgot all about that where you had to buy the extra thing for the internet.
Wait, you worked at what GameStop too?
Yeah,
Yep, same here, same here.
Yeah.
and bro, that is so crazy.
Did they show the back of this thing yet? Maybe it's on there. Or maybe
I don't know.
It'll be one of those detachable pieces, like you know, like Josh
$40,
said.
please. $40.
Yeah, $40. No, you lucky if you get for $40. They gonna charge you like $120.
Nintendo
Dang.
Switch Online membership required to be used. Dang, so that's so crazy.
Dang.
Imagine like
Yeah.
buying a camera and then like you can't use it because you didn't pay your subscription. Dude. That's crazy.
Hey yo, I said the same thing, man. That
So
whole
I
Nintendo
wonder
Direct, I was laughing.
now. See, I wonder if it's like you can't do the chat online, but you can do it like in your
No,
house.
just not at
Whoa,
all.
whoa,
Not
whoa.
at
What, to
all.
Slow
yourself?
down, buddy. Slow down.
What?
Not at all.
Come on.
Yeah,
Relax.
it's just
Because the feature is exclusive to their online service. So that means literally any capability it has, you have to pay for
That's so ugly, bro.
it. Nintendo is the most
I
anti-consumer
mean,
thing on the
like,
market right
so
now, bro.
I mean, but like if you're like by yourself and you're using your camera
Like,
for
Kuroki.
like yourself, you should be able to do it, right? Though.
Kuroki, you misunderstand.
Maybe.
How can they be
Yeah.
anti-consumer when I've always wanted Donkey Kong?
Hey man, I can't wait to play Mario Kart World at 20 FPS, bro. That's I'm so excited. That shit is gonna load like I said, bro. 10 pounds of ass in a 5-pound bag.
Oh boy, I love Nintendo, dude. Base Nintendo, dude. Can we get that trending? Base Nintendo. Let's go.
Base Nintendo hashtag.
Do it,
Yeah.
Microsoft and fucking Sony. You fucking retards. This is
You
the
know,
way
I
to
did
do
see
it.
something recently where Sony was like, we've been focusing too much on making powerful hardware, not enough on software. I'm like, I wish I could put my foot in your like jaw and then
Feel like
pull my
Red
foot
Foreman.
down. Just no, I want their jaw to just come off. Like
But Mortal
that's what I wish I
Kombat.
could do. Yeah,
Which
like
speaking
that.
of, Mortal Kombat looks terrible on the Switch. So I don't know how the fuck they gonna fix that with the Switch too.
Yeah, that's so ugly.
I don't give a fuck.
That shit look bad, bro. Eyeballs popping out and shit.
Yeah.
Man, no one cares. No one buys the Switch from Mortal Kombat.
Hell no.
But
they buy a Switch for Super Mario Sunshine
World.
3. Let's go.
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, wait! Don't forget that if you bought the Switch 2, if you as a regular Switch consumer already have online service and all the capabilities, y'all already paid for the membership and all that. Nah, when the GameCube shit come out, because they announced that shit too. When GameCube stuff happened, you can't fuck with it because you ain't got a Switch 2. Sucker,
yeah, that's crazy.
get on that level, boy. Switch 2
That's
all
crazy.
day. Like that's how they feeling.
Are you a real Nintendo fan?
Are you a
Or
real
you just-
Nintendo fan?
Do you have the Mario hat in your room? I don't think you do.
So before we move to the next topic, Kuroki, do you have any last words on the Nintendo Switch or anything else you want to say?
Really, well, Josh kind of tackled the game chat one, bro. I giggled about that shit. Probably, I think I went to sleep laughing about that. Did they really just make that seem like it's a new feature in 2025? Like,
Yeah, it's so
huh?
crazy.
Nintendo marches to the beat of their own drum. As far as they're concerned, it is 2015.
Yeah. But no, I'm pretty closed off from the rest of Nintendo anything at this point.
I see.
Nothing but good
All
news.
right. Well, we'll get into the next topic, and Josh kind of brought this up because he's very interested in season 2 of Marvel
Uh-oh.
Rivals.
Yeah.
Now,
Ultron is so lame. He's such a lame character.
I
But he
see.
sounds so
Yeah, I was
cool
about
in this trailer, dude. He sounds amazing.
Yeah, he's cool here. I'm just talking about in general as a character. He's so funny.
I mean,
So I've always liked the way Ultron looked. Like
there is cool versions of
his-
Ultron in comics, man.
He looks cool, but he's whack.
Hey, man, yeah, you could be as whack as whatever, as long as you look and sound cool.
Yeah, in this game, that's fine. As long as he looks
Yeah.
like they do a good job at making whack characters look cool in this game. Like in the comic, you're like, this character's so fucking lame and whack, but in this game, they actually look
Yeah.
good.
So you know what? I might play that once or twice. Yeah.
So I kind of looked at the breakdown. There's another separate video outside of this trailer that kind of breaks down their plans and goals for season 2. And it sounds like these guys are really in tune to what the players want. Really.
It ain't really rocket science.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
you know.
But it is. But it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. Everything. Like, I'm not a Marvel guy. I barely care about Marvel, but I'm satisfied. As a casual, I'm like, dude, like this is like, how come Marvel isn't always like this? How come it's
Because
only this
they're-
game?
Well, because they're controlled by fucking, you already know. I
Yeah.
can't get the words together. It's like too much, but it's
Yeah.
controlled by fucking political activists that are trash. So
it's
And it's
Disney and all its
It's the
glory.
wrong trailer, by the way, Herbert. You got to get the Emma Frost trailer going.
Oh, the Emma Frost trailer. Hold on, let's see.
that magic skin looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Classic X-Men, like, look, man, that's so sick.
I almost didn't recognize for a second. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And then I saw the butterfly. I was like, oh, damn.
You know, I give Marvel Rivals this, man. They launched in a good state. 2, they're taking feedback from the community. They're being transparent. They got good updates coming out, like on a consistent basis.
Timely.
This
too.
is if you want to be a fucking live service, this is how you got to do it. And
they fire the right people. It's so good.
They do.
Yeah.
Hey, man, these American
they fire
people
the right people.
Let's get
Amen.
them over here.
Yep.
Y'all too good at your job. Get the fuck out.
They
Let me speed this trailer up. I got to slow down.
Oh, that's good. Do some slow.
This is slow.
play it at normal speed. I can't tell. I can't look at the physics at fucking slow speed.
You know what this reminds me of though? Marvel Rivals kind of gives me a little bit of Paragon. I don't know if anybody played Paragon back in the day, but like the way the
Nah.
gameplay feel here, this kind of reminds me of that. Just a little more stiff because Paragon was actually like pretty fluid with it, with emotions and all the animations that they put into the game. Sad that that game didn't do too well, and eventually the assets got
Damn,
put
that's sick.
into.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Choke slam you and kick you off the fucking stage.
Damn,
Yeah,
she
dude.
just sucked everybody off the stage. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The only thing is that I'm waiting for an alternate costume for her. I hope they like give her one of the more hoey costumes.
Yeah, like
Cause she a hoe.
Me too.
She is a hoe.
No, like she's like a hoe cannon, a hoe.
Yeah.
Damn,
like can't like she be wearing the most hoish shit ever. So I'm
I ain't gonna buy it, but I'll definitely hover over that screen for a minute.
Oh, this game free.
No. I'm saying I'm talking about the skins. I'm like, well, I ain't buying no skins, but you know what I'm saying. I let it run in the background for a couple of seconds.
So I don't play much Marvel Rivals, but
Nah, me neither.
I have played it, and I hope she's not one of those characters that auto aim like Scarlet Witch.
Probably.
Because it seemed like that's what she's doing. She's holding down the button.
That's so sick.
Damn.
I like that. Choke
like a crescent kick.
The kick, dude. That shit is crazy.
Wow.
Choke slam into a kick. That is sick. Get your ass out.
Oh yeah, she gonna be brutal, man. She probably gonna dominate this season as soon as she drops. They're gonna have to nerf her after like a couple weeks. Probably actually the first week she come out, people gonna be bitching. Oh, she's too strong. Drop the damage. She's doing too much damage.
She's too distracted, man. I can't focus.
She's too distracting. I was looking at her ass and I got killed, and that was my last life.
Yeah, that shit's cool.
Damn.
Oh yeah, it's definitely cool because her name is Frost. You know, that's funny. Good job, Josh. You did it.
Damn.
You made it funny.
She dashed at you too.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be instant lunge, man. There's probably not gonna be any time in between the wind up time and the actual attack.
She said, "Bring your ass over here." Tired
that shit gonna be brutal, man.
You slid off the wall.
Like disaster, dude.
So the melee.
I don't know. You know what? I might have to play some Marvel Rivals. You know what I'm saying?
So one thing about
hit
this
the download
game,
button today.
The melee has always seemed really bland and dry. Playing with Venom and the Hulk, and Captain America, where you do the same swing 3,000 times in a row.
Yeah.
If this is the direction that they're going, where like the characters are interaction, they're grabbing and like doing different attacks, and
Well, I mean, we saw that with Torch and Thing. Torch and Thing came out in a pretty good state. People really like those characters because of that.
So I'm really looking forward to the evolution of the combat in this game. Because to me, it seems kind of bland, in certain aspects. But like I said, if this is the route they're going, where they're doing sick stuff like this, I might have to jump back on it.
Like stuff like this is cool, but I will say that what this is called in games like this is called CC, like crowd control, of when you like take control of someone else's movement and like you're pushing them around, Yeah. Normally they try to limit that in games because it literally makes it so that the other person can't play the game. It's like, okay, I grabbed you and I'm moving you around and manipulating your character. There's just nothing you can do about it. So it's like that shit, any amount of crowd control in a game is like really strong.
I would think crowd control would be more so just being able to keep an eye on the entire field around you, more so than controlling the opponent.
Well, yeah, but I just mean like what people mean when they use the term crowd control. Usually what they're talking about is the ability to manipulate a character, like the opponent's movement.
Did you? I just realized you put empathize on there. What the fuck?
That's what it is, man.
Empathize, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, so like I don't like if they increase that, then that might be like more fun or it might not be. It depends. Like when you're the one doing it to someone, it feels amazing. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck you, I'm throwing you around. But when you're the one and that's happening to you, you're like, this is fucking annoying. Like I was playing with Magic one time and I was trying to like kill this other guy, and then the Spider-Man uppercut me in the air. And I'm like, how am I don't even know I'm getting uppercutted by Spider-Man because I'm not looking at him. And I'm
Yeah.
not dying. Spider-Man's not even killing me, but I'm just like, how the fuck did I get in the air? What just
Yeah.
happened? Like, where am I? You know, and this Spider-Man's just on me, punching me in the air all day. And I'm like, bruh, where the fuck am I? How do I keep getting in the fucking air? And I'm looking around, you know, Spider-Man don't just stay in one place, he gone. So I'm like, bruh, I was killing this one dude and he's gone now because I kept just getting knocked in the air and pushed around everywhere. And it's like, it can be frustrating, you know? So that's why, like, going back to where you're like, well, characters just doing the same melee over and over again. It's kind of like a balancing thing because
Yeah.
characters that have melee, they can't be pushing you around all the fucking time. They gotta, like, have stuff, like, they hitting you, but they can't affect your movement at the same time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So I like that, you know, if they have a move where it's like kind of like what she did, like there's a command grab that maybe you can get out the way of, you know. If
Yeah.
there's like counterplay to it, then okay. But if there's like nothing you can do, then no.
Don't be next to her.
Well, that's the thing. It's like there's always counterplay to like almost anything you put in the game, though. You know, like it's hard for me to use examples in this game because it's still kind of new. But like, or like, there's this character in Overwatch called Orisa, where she would put an orb on the screen, and the orb would just sit there, and then she could click on the orb, and the orb would pull everyone into the orb.
That's ugly.
So you're like, okay, well, the counterplay is not be around the orb, but what if you got to walk past the orb so that you can get to where you need to go? So it's like, okay, what's the actual counterplay? Like, not be around. Well, kill Orisa. Okay, Orisa's a tank, and then she has this other thing that has where she makes her skin like gold, and she just walks around shooting you.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're like, okay, kill Orisa, lol, dude. Like, what do you mean? Like, you know, wait for the orb to disappear? I mean, I guess you could do that too. But so again, you're affecting their movement just by putting the fucking orb on the screen because they're just not gonna get to go there. You put it on a choke point. So it's like really, so they ended up nerfing that. Where it's like, okay, you know, it affects your movement, but it doesn't affect your movement that hard. So it's hard to balance stuff that like pulls in or pushes people away,
Yeah.
or it's in these type of games. It's
Yeah.
difficult to deal with that type of shit.
Yeah. I agree. I know a lot of folks hate that damn Jeff Shark ultimate.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that makes so many people salty.
It's like it's
Fucking Jeff.
unfun. Like technically on paper it might be like balanced, but it's just not fun when you can't play the game. You're like, okay, well, I just can't play the game, I guess. Like,
yeah. But any more thoughts or things you want to say on this before we move to the next topic?
No, only one thought in this
what's that?
whole situation here.
Yeah,
I mean, what?
I'm not playing for balance. I'm playing
I'm-
for booty
Yeah.
and boobies.
I can definitely give you a couple reasons why I'd be playing. Yeah.
that man gonna say that, and then when he getting fucking fucked up, he gonna be like, man, this game sucks. I hate
This game sucks, man.
And then
Fucking trash. Delete.
That is so funny. That reminds me of when I was watching the breakdown. The guy was saying that his job or their job is to make sure all the fantasies are fulfilled that people have for Marvel superheroes.
Yes,
So,
that's a perfect job decision, position, dude. Perfect.
That dude, they know what they're doing. That Chinese
course.
team or whatever, but they definitely have the fans in mind and what people like in mind.
Yep.
I think like what Tim said, like my favorite balance patch was when they fired the Americans.
Everybody was crying and boo-hooing over that shit. I was like, you should be celebrating.
Oh man.
Should be celebrating.
I know.
So the next topic, you know, we've been hearing a lot about it, but we got to talk about it. That's the Tekken 8
Oh shit!
Season 2.
Yeah, I was
Now,
dreading this one, man.
before we go into it, man, I just want to say that thank you for everybody who believed in us because we were right. Oh no, actually, hold on. Before I continue, let me turn this off here and put this down here at the bottom. But yeah, we've been talking about this for a long time, guys. Like Cross and Immortal Afro and Kuroki and people that we had on the show, we talked about this. We already knew what was happening. Of course, if you don't know what we're talking about Tekken 8, the new season has come about. And for the first season, the overall goal was to make the game aggressive. That was the thing. Hey, be aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. Defense didn't fucking matter. Right? So now the development team, they said, hey, well, we made offense too strong. Our bad. So now we need to make some defensive improvements to the game and give you guys what you want.
Hell yeah, let's go.
But they didn't do that.
Yes, they did. You can kind
What you mean, her?
Hey, you should wait until you play the game before you
That's
ask
what we were
criticism.
told.
Oh yeah, I saw that shit on Twitter. What?
That's what we were told. We were told, hey, wait until you play the game before you guys talk this and that, because they had a breakdown. We already did a breakdown on the stream. It was me, Immortal Afro, and Cross, and we talked about it. Oh, and GrandKintaro. We talked about it. We watched it in its entirety. The stream was long as hell, but we watched the season 2 breakdown that they had before.
Man.
The first one, I think. I'm not sure if we watched the second one. Did we watch the second one? No, we watched the first one.
Yo, I gotta be with y'all next time they do a live, bro. We gotta watch this shit together.
So in watching that first one, I asked the question. I said, "Hey, do you think things are going to change? Things are going to get better?" And what'd you guys say?
Fuck no.
Hell yeah, this shit's gonna be great. It's best fucking Tekken ever, right? Her.
Fast forward, and what we have said is coming true. Like I said, they quadrupled down on the offense, and the game is like crazier than the first season has ever been. Right? I think they tried to buff like lateral movement, but they gave characters moves to counter lateral movement at the same time. I've been watching a lot of people's streams. I watched the main man. I watched Maximilian, and the main man said something really funny that's really true. He said is Tekken season 2 of Tekken 8 is almost like a house burning down, right?
Oh man.
But firefighter, you have
you got a firefighter and you got one pouring water and one pouring gasoline. It's like for every good thing they did, they poured more gasoline onto the fire. So, Kuroki, since you the newest guest on the show, let's start with you. What are your thoughts about Tekken 8 Season 2 and everything that's been happening?
Well, for one, what I see with the, I guess if we're gonna start on the thing that I think a lot of people talk about when it comes to fighting games now, it's kind of become a normal thing now. It's not even like a huge surprise, but guest characters and DLC. The fact that their choices of season pass characters makes no fucking sense. Half of these characters should have been based. Actually, most of them. Lydia was in Tekken 7. Why are we paying for her again as DLC? Anna, uh, Eddie Gordo, Heihachi, like all of these characters are staple Tekken characters, and having to pay for them as DLC makes no fucking sense. They are the OGs. That's like Street Fighter selling you Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna fucking get that. Yeah. But for me, Tekken 8 definitely lacked so much things that we loved about traditional Tekken. For one, I knew that the writing was on the wall even before Tekken 8. If you look back at Tekken 7, the minute they started introducing Negan with his fucking like pretty much like instant dash teleport kind of shit where he just hits you in the gut with the baseball bat, clunks you over the head, 50% of your health gone. Like that's not Tekken to me. There's no technique in that. You like that's just literally like a half circle motion and one button press and boom that you do that much kind of damage. That's insane.
Yeah.
Then you had Noctis that actually did have fucking teleports and could dash across the entire stage, which it defeats the purpose of footsies if you can do something like that to your opponent. Then there's no martial arts. There's no real hand-to-hand combat being displayed on the screen. That shit's boring to me.
Yeah.
I grew up in the age of original Tekken 1, 2, and 3 in the arcades. So for me, none of that shit was even there. None of the fucking rage mechanics, none of that shit. I came from the old school when that shit was bare bones, hand to hand, like Virtual Fighter.
Yeah.
You know, either one of them could have been the alternative for each other because they were basically Virtual Fighter came first. It inspired Tekken, so to see its predecessor, following its footsteps was a great thing. But then it started steering away from the tradition of Tekken is when they got all their promo with guest characters, and then they got a little too trigger happy on extra mechanics that ruined the flow of combat.
Yeah.
So come come to like today, well, at least Tekken 7 had a defensive mechanic behind it. But with Tekken 8, they removed all of that shit, and all we're left with is this, uh, just like crack addict offense all
Yeah.
the fucking time. And I liked when I could play any of my characters in a defensive way and counter my opponent. That's why Leroy was actually a really cool character in Tekken 7
Yeah.
because I could literally sit back, relax, counter my opponent, and you're still taking an ass whooping. I'm just sitting back, just watching you get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
But that was the charm of old Tekken, and
Yeah.
that what's lacking now is Tekken 8 is in the mindset that making things more cinematic and more action packed with just no defense, no strategy behind it, just unga bunga like Max always likes to say on streams all the time.
Yeah.
So there's a huge problem with that because there are players who do play their game they like to play Tekken in a versatile way. They don't like to play just one like a one trick pony kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And
go in with the intention of trying everybody and they all supposed to feel different, but now the game feels like every character is the same.
yeah. Yeah. And I was watching one of Max's videos, speaking of devil, but he was saying something that I really agree with. Is he was saying that, am I playing? I'm kind of paraphrasing, but it's like, are you playing the player or are you playing a character? Are you fighting the character?
Seriously.
And the characters are doing everything for the player. The characters are putting people in 50-50 mix-ups and that you can't get out of. Like they just recently got the whole thing with Jack. Jack got the God move where he puts you in one string and you can't do nothing. Your options are like cut limited. And I was watching and reading some other stuff where it's like every character is supposed to have some type of weakness, right? If you're strong here, you're weak here. I was watching, what is this, PDX, I think one of his videos, and he was kind of breaking down why people are upset. And he was showing Kazuya and how Kazuya has a weakness to one side, right? So that's been his weakness for a long time. And one of the key things with playing Kazuya is you have to, as a player, make up for that weakness. Use other tools in a certain way. Well, instead of, allowing the players to figure out what they need to do, what they did with this next patch with Kazuya, they said, hey, Kazuya, you're weak to this side. All right, well, we're going to give you a 100% tracking plus mid that's fast. And if you're in heat, you get a combo from it. So, like, the game is really taking away the player choice. But what about you, Josh? What do you think?
You know what? I know for the longest time I've been like whining and bitching, but I realized that I was wrong. I'm clearly just in my own way. This is the best Tekken has ever been. I think it's great. I love everything about season 2, and people just need to shut the fuck up and just play the game. They're playing it right now. They're doing all this complaining, but at the end of the day, Kevin says it all the time. It's about what you do, not about what you say. And right now, they're all getting their asses handed to them by a Jack or a Kazuka or whatever, the Heat Smashers. So, like, look, they like it. I love it.
You bring up a good point, too. It's like a lot of people said they liked this game. And season 2 is just more of what they got in the first season. So my thing is like, why are you complaining now?
Yeah, because
it just gave you more of what you supposedly said that you liked, and now it's the problem. It's
back when we were first talking about it, we were saying how we weren't too sure about this whole aggressive thing because Tekken is traditionally a defensive game, but aggression really was dictated by the player. You've seen there's a difference between an aggressive Kazuya and a passive defensive Kazuya. Yep. And that's one of the things that I grew to really appreciate about Tekken as I learned how to play it. Because you remember back in the day when I was fighting your friend on PlayStation 3. He used Craig Marta, and that was when I was afraid of walls. I always picked the wallless stage, and he was. I remember he mentioned that because at first I'm thinking I'm being smart. It's like, yeah, he doesn't know that the random just happens to always pick a wallless stage. And then 2 games later, he's like, "Your friend afraid of walls." I'm like, "Fuck." Now I have to now I gotta learn. But that was the interesting thing about it because since I played him early, he was way better than me. But learning how to fight his Marta set me up for every other following Marta because he did things that other Martas just didn't do. That's when I learned you're only as good as Marta will allow you to be. You're not creative. You're not. You don't do any real mix-ups with the character. You're not utilizing all his moves. All that stuff mattered in the old Tekken because there was no default game what do you call it? Pace. The game dictated for you. But now that Tekken 8 is saying aggression is the way to go, no matter what, even if your character is literally not designed around it. Everyone plays the same. It's like, well, we're all on the same page now. I think I watched that same video from Main Man, and he was saying how I feel like I've been demoted to a intermediate player. I'm dealing with stuff that I didn't have to deal with. All my legacy skill means nothing.
Yeah, he was talking about with King, how intermediate people or lower kind of try to duck his stuff.
Yeah, because they don't have the throw break skill down yet.
But now if you duck, it's like you get destroyed.
Yeah, and so I like it because this game reminds me of one of my favorite quotes and one of my favorite movies, The Incredibles from Syndrome. I know you know it.
I know it. I was going to bring it up in another video, but I think I forgot. But I know it. Go ahead and say it.
So now that everyone will be super. Everyone will be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be. Yep. And it's so good. That is such a good quote to describe this game. Because everyone is suffering and they're crying and they're bitching. but this is the best Tekken has ever looked, guys. This is the best of the characters and the moves. I can finally do stuff now. It's like, yeah, you and everybody else. So, whatever. Ironically, on a serious note, I do think what's going to save this game, ironically, is going to be the modders. I think the version of Tekken that everyone is secretly waiting for, because one of my friends, Gold Libra, shout out, he mods the game. So he says like, hey man, I can pretty much make it to where it plays like a real Tekken game. You can I can affect the counter hit, the plus frames, the advantage, and so on the moves. And I was like, you know what? This game, because like we talked about it before, there is a good Tekken game here. It's a really good Tekken game hidden under all this bullshit. All you literally have to do is remove heat and the ridiculous advantage some of these moves have, and you got a solid Tekken 8.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Get rid of all the meters and all the extra bullshit and just let the core be the game.
Yeah. And that's it. But I also will say that that's unfortunate, the people, Michael Murray and how they choose to interact with the community is pretty it's hilarious, but it's also sad because they're not taking criticism well. They're whining, especially from Harada. Like, I really do think Harada is just like he's just a paid front man.
I agree.
He ain't working on the game.
I agree. I think that he is clearly where what's his name? Daisuke's vision. He's Daisuke's vision now.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100% because they even had a video with him saying he had disagreed with one of the things that they were doing. I think like where they had I guess right now they got where you can see like the punishes and the combo counter in the game and shit. He disagreed with that. He was like adamant about it. He's like, man, I didn't want that in the game at all. So that tells me right there, like he has no say.
Yeah. So
he
now
has absolutely no say. He's just like you said, Tubby, he's just a front man.
He's Harada's vision, dude. Because
Yeah.
they know people trust him. This is how corporations work. They know inherently people don't trust them, the corporation. So they have to have a face that people can trust. And when that face makes itself apparent, they say, "Oh shit, okay, so we can just make you our face, so that then we can do all the scummy shit, but with your face on, with your mask on, they'll accept it." Of course, until people realize the farce, which normally takes longer than the factual realization. The emotional realization takes longer than the factual realization. So then it takes a while, but then they'll ruin it, of course, and then they got to find a new one. But that's what Guilty Gear is going through right now with Dice K's vision. So we got a while for Harada. They're going to maybe use him for a long
But
time.
hey, yo, y'all heard about the Dead or Alive creator working on Tekken 8 right now, right? Shimbori. I think his name is.
Well, yeah, like
People are like doing all this conspiracy theory about like his influence is actually fucking the game up worse.
I think it's the Soul Calibur influence more so than
I think
the.
so too.
I mean, like it. I mean, I don't think it has no effect. Like, but I think it's more so the Soul Calibur influence. Because if you just play like the past Soul Calibur games,
Yeah,
I mean, their DNA, their game design DNA is written all over Tekken 8.
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah, same company that publishes them, so I don't doubt it.
So I think it has more to do with the fact that there's Soul Calibur devs making the game, rather than it being because of Shimbori, like alone.
Shimbori, he's just there. I don't think he's like, I'm in charge. He's like, well, I mean, since you guys hired me, I'm gonna do what I do best, Dead or Alive shit.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny that people would make those conspiracies. That's
Well, I mean, I don't think it's unfounded completely. Like, I do think that like he probably has some hand in like the stage interactable stuff, but I think it's like they probably wanted that stuff in the game, but they didn't know how to do it properly. And he was probably the one that's like, oh, you probably do it like this.
Yeah.
This is how you would do it. you know, because that's the only thing that with the Dead or Alive DNA, that and maybe like the fact that like parries, like anyone that does a reversal in that game throws automatically lose to it. Yeah, like that was a thing that was never in Tekken, but now is,
Yeah,
and that's definitely a DOA thing, and it makes sense in
yeah,
DOA, but it doesn't make sense in Tekken. So
Yeah.
yeah.
it's really stupid in Tekken. So
Yeah, but you know that's what happens when you homogenize every fighting game into the last of the Mohicans.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Every major fighting game just killed themselves one by one until there was one left, and then they made it their job to appease everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, GrandKintaro said he want to join. Yeah, man. Let me send you a invite. But yeah, I want to play this little clip from FDX's video because it's really, really, really telling. It's like I'm pretty sure we all didn't watch it, but just to hear him break it down, is so good. So shouts out to FDX. I'll probably leave a description link in the description for this video. But let me play this so you guys can kind of see what he's talking about or what season 2 Tekken 8 is all about. I'm gonna turn up the volume. Let's see. Let me know if I need to. So let's see.
I can't hear it.
You say you can't hear it?
No, can y'all hear it?
no, I can't.
Hold on. Let me see. I don't know why it's not presenting. Let's see here. Share screen. Okay. So can you guys still not hear it?
No, it's still mute.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Let me see if I can present it.
Okay.
Is it his What's Wrong with Tekken 8 Season 2?
I believe so.
All right, what's the
Yeah.
timestamp?
It is. Let's see here. I believe it's like 18. Hold on. No, it's like 2030, I believe.
2030. Let's see if I can present it.
Oh, no. You guys doing that? I am going to see if I can invite GrandKintaro really quick. Let's see here.
All right. I'm going to play a little bit, so let me know if y'all can hear it.
Kazuya, you're going to love this one.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, I got it at 2033, so just play it.
Yeah. Just play it there.
All right.
Sidestep 1+2 had limited usefulness. To improve it, has been changed to a homing attack, which allows Kazuya to transition to Wind God Step, enabling him to aggressively pressure opponents who rely on frequent sidesteps for defense. One of the
Aggression. Let's go, dude.
in Tekken is dealing with somebody who is sidestepping you by adjusting your timing. It is probably one of the most interesting parts of playing a character, playing a Mishima. The depth involved and the skill involved is what makes them rewarding and so fun to play. It's like the reason you pick a Mishima. So look at this situation. I have Jin on the right. He's going to block my first option. And then now with the new punish settings, this is something I do like about Season 2, is that the you can program movement into their punishment settings now. So select from punishment list. I'm going to have him sidewalk left, which is the weak side for Kazuya, as soon as he blocks my move, right? So if I do forward 4, he sidewalks left, right? So I do this and electric, he dodges it. If I do this and hell sweep, he dodges it. If I do this and forward 3, he dodges it. What do I do? He's sidestepping me. He's leaving my dimension of existence. Dash electric. Now, the opponent has to second guess whether they want to sidewalk or not. It's not as safe of an option as we thought.
I save this to my watch later list
Because of
too,
dash
that's
electric.
crazy.
And sometimes
It's
you can miss
good.
too if you're not executing it very well. So let's look at this other option. I'm going to record an option here, a manual option, and let's see if I can do it right. So as Jin, I'm going to do... Oh, he's on block. Let me do it from standing. So as Jin, I'm going to record him blocking these jabs, and this is what he'll do after. Sidewalk duck. Okay? This may have not been accurate, so I'll have to test a couple times. But basically, if I do this... Okay, yeah, so I did it wrong. Theoretically, if you do a sidewalk duck at the right timing, you can dodge the electric while sidestepping the mix-up, right? So, jab. Oops. Yeah, so he dodges the electric, and if I try to realign, he ducks it. So this is really cool, too. Because now, my option that was going to counter his sidewalk is being defeated by movement. So what do I do against that? Now, Kazuya has even more options, right? He can do an instant while standing 2, if I can execute it, which is a homing mid-launcher, right? It's launch punishable, so it's risky, but it's a hard call-out on your opponent's sidestep ducking. You can also realign and forward 3 like this, and if you have the right timing, you can hit them. And that's what makes this so cool. This is what makes Tekken so sick, is you're not just guessing mid or low. You're guessing, is he going to sidewalk? Is he going to sidewalk duck? What is the timing of his duck so I can clip him there? So now, this game has fully expanded because of that weakness to the sidewalk left. That's what makes it cool. What did they add for Kazuya in this game? So we saw the homing attack up here. Here's another one. Up forward 1. Raijin Uraken. New move. What does this move do? This is a homing plus mid. If your opponent does sidestep duck,
You still get fucked up.
you hit them.
Wow.
All of the skill involved in timing your dash electric, in
Fuck a
timing your while
sidestep.
standing 2. Up forward
It's
1.
plus on
And when he's
block?
in heat,
Yo, who needs sidesteps anyway, man?
I thought you meant it was
Tekken don't
plus
need
on
sidesteps.
hit.
and restores heat.
What?
And
right.
restore.
I would like to remind you at this time,
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, this has Soul Calibur written on
we'd
it.
like to focus on defense. In terms of
These are the
lateral
type of
aspects
decisions
Yeah,
they
yeah.
would make. It would be just like this.
It's
Oh,
not that
man.
Tekken fans are just
I'm gonna
complaining.
explain something right after.
There was a
this.
lot
I'll
of
explain
depth.
it at
The
full
more I'm
conference.
watching this
Nonsense.
gameplay, why
Okay.
you
Hey,
after you
go-
say
They've
go
that,
been
ahead, pause.
directly removed.
Go ahead, pause it.
You want me to
So
explain?
that clip right there explains everything.
we told you so.
Everything that's
Damn.
wrong with Tekken Season 8, Season 1 and 2. Especially 2.
But I want to say something like this. This is a clear example of this being the Soul Calibur devs making this game, because they would do shit like this all the time with Soul Calibur 6 and Soul Calibur 5. When people will try to find a way around something or how to deal with something, and they would find a way,
It's
the Soul
broken.
Calibur devs would be so hyper focused on what people were doing, and then they would patch out whatever thing you just figured out how to get around it. So, for example, I'll give you two
Wow.
examples actually. So, the first one is with Siegfried. You know, Siegfried has had this legacy move, Flapjack, where it's a crouching throw that you can block. All
Yeah.
right, you can block it if you block low.
Infamous.
But he has a forward one where he flips you forward, and if your back is facing the ring out, it rings you out. Then he
Yeah.
has a reverse one
Infamous.
where he throws you over his head and it rings you out reverse wise, right?
Infamous.
And so,
Mhm.
like, you can break these, you can actually break Flapjack once he hits you, but the initial hit does damage. That's why you can block the hit. You know, so this Flapjack has worked this way since Soul Edge. Like he's always had this move. This has been a staple move that has always worked this way, always, right? But in this new day and age, right? People were oh my god, it's so annoying to get Flapjack and reverse wrong out by fucking Siegfried. You know, his back's against the wall, then he just crouches and throws me out the fucking ring, right? This sucks. So what they did was that they immediately patched it to where Flapjack doesn't ring you out.
I remember that. I
They
remember that. That
immediately
shit was
patched
so
that.
ugly.
They said, okay, well, Flapjack doesn't ring you out. Then people were like, well, then Siegfried players were like, well, what the fuck? Like, well, now the move is useless because like people can guard the move and they can break it. And if they get hit with it, it doesn't matter because it doesn't ring them out. Because this is the only reason why I would use Flapjack in the first fucking place.
Exactly.
Right. So it's like, so then they reversed the decision because their reasoning was, oh well, people were complaining that they couldn't break the throw online, so that's why we took it out because it was not breakable online, and we saw those complaints. So okay, we reversed it. So that's example number one. Example number two, even though there's way more examples, these are just two. The second example is that Talim had her original super, right? Let me describe the how the super works. It's 3 hits. At the very beginning of the super, she jumps over lows. Okay, so she tech jumps immediately, and it's 3 hits. It's two horizontals and like a vertical. But once you block the second horizontal, you're stuck in block stun. Right, so you can't actually step the vertical. You just have to block, and it's plus on block if you block all hits, right? So it tech jumps immediately, and it's plus on block if you block all the hits, and it does really good guard damage. So you're like, okay, well, so you may say, well, how the fuck do I beat this? Right? You can guard and pack in between the first and the second hit. And if you have an auto GI, you can auto GI in between the first and the second hit and get a guaranteed punish. Right?
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, people found this out. Okay, cool. I can auto GI in between the first and second hit. And so then becomes a skill thing. Like, okay, is she going to use like the tech jump frames to try to jump over my 2 ways so that she can get this like big ass punish? But then if not, then I'm blocking and I guard and pack in between, get a mix up, or I use my auto GI in between and kill her. Right? As soon as people posted that up, they released a patch that made it to where she can cancel her super on the first hit. So if she
That's
does the
crazy.
first hit, she can cancel on the wind charmer.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
and then she has a lethal hit where if she sidesteps an attack while she's doing wind charmer, she gets a lethal hit on the kick. So you go for the punish to try and do it, and you get punished.
Yeah, that's
And they
ugly.
specifically came out with that because people like they would like, even though they never said it, they were like hyper active watching people all the time on what they were like posting.
Yeah.
Like they were like hawks. Like, in a good like example or proof of that is like one of the memes in the community. This was a community meme. Like the only way you would know about this is if you were playing Soul Calibur 6 at the time.
Yeah.
But Nightmare doesn't, well, now he has it. But like, he didn't have a 12 frame move. His fastest move was 14 frames, and that's the punch. 6K. It was 14 frames, and so he had a really bad matchup against Sophitia because he has like these armor moves in the game where like if you attack him during a particular time, he does this armor explosion. He gets like ether charge, which is essentially soul charge for free, and he gets to fuck you up. Right, but he can only armor moves that are 20 damage and below. So anything that does 21 damage and above, it will break the armor. Well, Sophitia had this move called 66A that ducked under highs, and it did 21 damage. It was a mid horizontal, and it was -12. So Nightmare could effectively not punish this move, and she could just spam this on Nightmare all day because it was a mid horizontal, so he couldn't step, it was a mid, couldn't step, couldn't duck. He had to block it, and if he blocked it, he got punished. If he tried to beat it out with 6A, she ducked underneath it, And so
it's
it
not
was
like
like
it sucks.
that he was like, so it was like, this matchup sucks. So Nightmare players were like, we need a 12 frame Punisher. We would like a 12 frame Punisher so that we can at least handle the matchup. She can't just spam 6/6A on us all day. Like that would be nice. And this was a meme in the community, like 12. Oh, you don't have a 12 frame. A Nightmare needs a negative 12 frame move. Ha ha ha. So funny, right? But in the first season 2 live stream they did, they're just talking about the game, like how normally, like, how a live stream would be with Tekken, would not, with Tekken or whatever fighting game developers, right?
Yeah.
There was a piece of paper above, like on the wall in the background, that had a picture of Nightmare, and below Nightmare it said -12. And they
So they
never
know.
addressed it. They never talked about it. It was just there in the background.
Yeah. So they know.
Yeah, they knew.
Yeah.
They knew. And
Mhm.
the move that they give him later on at the end of season 2 is a low grab that's -12. I mean, that's 12 frames, but Sophitia obviously is standing when she's doing the attack, so it doesn't punish it.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Welcome to the stream, man. We
Yo.
just talking our shit here. But
I got like a lot to say. I just got off of like tag 2 after like 2 hours of gaming with a lobby full of like random people, and everybody was like good, and the games was so dynamic when I was like
yeah,
playing tag 2, right?
yeah,
Like people had like different play styles. One dude, he was like super patient. The other dude was ham. The other dude was disrespectful.
yeah,
The other dude is just like playing out crazy, and you
yeah,
seen the personalities between the play styles and all that.
yeah,
I couldn't beat the dude that was like fucking crazy because I didn't know what to expect from him. So I had to play like a disrespectful like play style. I had to like change my play style up,
yeah,
dynamically playing disrespectful to like get a win on him. Another player, the dude that's like super, defensive, I just rush him down with like smart offense. And
yeah,
like it was another player where I had to like use movement to like get the advantage. Like I had to play all these kind of like play styles to like figure out like what all my random opponents doing in this lobby because I ain't know none of them.
yeah,
But you know, I don't really get that in like Tekken 8. Like it's
yeah,
gambling. I get tired of like guessing and all that, and they making us guess, and it's just like s- zoned in on like making people guess and like hitting people with plus frames.
yeah,
You know,
50-50. Let's go
yeah.
gambling.
you know what I'm
So,
saying?
so overall, what is your like complete thoughts on like season 2? Is it better? Is it worse?
No, it's completely worse. Like I got on. I played season 2 for like 1 hour, and I say, you know what? I'm tired of guessing. Like I'm done. I turned off the stream and called it there, and I haven't played it since.
Now, I know you play Zafina. Did you get a chance to go through all of her changes? Were they good?
Yeah.
Were they bad?
Now
Like,
she got her down back too, right? That went
uh,
from that fast knockdown low that's like 12 frames.
okay, yeah.
That went from -9 to -13.
Uh-oh.
That historically never been the case at all, and like they did it like with that patch right there.
Well, see, they did Gen dirty too. They made this was this 2-2-1, is it 2-1-4 or 2-1-3? Well, anyway, that stream they made the ending kick like -10 now. And for over, I can't remember how long that string has been in the game, but this string has never been negative, like ever, until this game.
Hmm
which
Yeah,
sucks.
they changed like a whole lot of like legacy stuff up where like Lee Blazing Kick is not the same. It's not the down back four that we used to do for like the past 25 years. Like I forgot like what command they changed it to, but it's not the legacy command no more. Like they
Yeah.
kind of taken a lot of legacy stuff out,
Well,
and
yeah,
it's really kind of saddening.
I've been saying that like for the last couple of videos that the goal of Tekken 8 is to tear down legacy things. So if you're a player that's been playing for a long time and you know how to backdash cancel and you know how to block and you know how to do all the things that, you know, Tekken requires you to do to be good, Tekken 8 wants to turn that down because they want to smallen that gap between the new players and the experienced players.
Oh
So
yeah, I'm
so
pretty
yeah,
sure
they,
like
like the legacy stuff they don't want in the game, or whoever's in charge don't want in the game because we as players, Tekken players, have been playing so long, we would be so dominant, you know, over the new players. But we've been dominant over the new players, you
I
know.
mean like that's like for everything regarding competition. Like
Yeah,
the older players is always gonna be better than like folks that's just coming in, and the people that's coming in gotta learn the ropes and like how to be good. That's for everything competitive you could think of, basketball, football, you name it, and all that stuff. So I don't get like reducing the skill gap at all. Like I shouldn't in tag two, I wouldn't be able to touch knee, but like in Tekken 8, I'm like confident against knee because I can
yeah.
like make him guess, you know.
You can't even do something as simple as block in Tekken 8.
Oh yeah.
Blocking will get you killed in
Yep.
Man,
Tekken 8.
let me just put it this way, man. Like I've had more fun with you know how like PlayStation now has the service where you can play PSP games. I'm having
Yeah,
more fun with the PSP version of Tekken 6 on my PS5 than I do playing Tekken 8 on my PS5.
I believe it
Like,
because
explain that shit.
actually, me and GrandKintaro, we were playing Tekken 6 a little while ago, and it was the best thing ever. It's the most refreshing thing when you know that you kind of like what we just showed in the video, where like you have weaknesses, but you as a player use your mind and you think like, okay, how can I solve this problem? It's so refreshing when you have that the freedom to do that,
hmm
you know, instead
hmm
of just, okay, everything is solved for me because the developers solved all my weaknesses. They solved all my problems. It's like there's nothing left for me to do because they did it for me. And when you have
hmm
that type of game, it's like it becomes not interesting at all.
And I feel like you can like interact a lot in the older games than like Tekken 8. Like a lot of moves, like in like Tag 2, you left it negative. So your opponent got a chance to interact, do what they gonna do. But like with Tekken 8, it's like plus frames and like, mix ups and all that. So it's a one side interaction rather
Just
than
pure
like
rust
two
down.
people, you know, yeah, like two people just like fucking going at it, like interacting with each other.
Or I've
That's
heard
what makes the game
people
fun.
say it. They call it 50-50s for the most part, but like it's not even rewarding 50-50s at that. Like you're playing a risky game of just like constantly trying to punish your opponent, but they're constantly trying to punish you too. There's not really no defense. It's just like who can throw the punch the fastest, who can kick the
hmm
fastest, whose animations are faster than the other one, basically.
Yeah. And, you know, I like, I think what they don't realize is that like we're saying, like you were saying earlier, Josh, like Tekken has been historically a defensive game.
Mm.
And we
Yeah.
like Tekken because it's a defensive game. We
No, they
like it.
realize that. They
Yeah.
just don't
It's
care.
yeah, they don't. And it's like when you take that away, it's like you're taking away the identity of the game, you know.
Yeah, they
Yep.
are
We
trying to do
like
an identity change though.
yeah,
hmm
Like they
100%.
understand all of these things. This is not a question of like, oh man, they just don't get it. No, they get it. they just don't want you here. Like they want to make another game, like, but they
Yeah.
can't.
Damn.
So it's
I
like
would say this.
people need to kind of reconcile that. Like they're not like, oh doy, like we don't know what we're doing. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing.
Whoopsie! I accidentally gave Jen a +20 fucking move.
Oh gosh. Like
No,
you're not
I
goofy,
would say
dude.
this, man. If anything, all Tekken 8 is right now is a stepping stone and a warning shot to Virtual Fighter. Do not pull this shit.
What's gonna happen if they do?
Fucking nothing.
It's gonna end up the same way.
What? Were people playing the game and
You know,
glitching?
people are gonna play it for a time, but you know it's gonna end up being the same way. Dude, Tekken 8 Tekken as a franchise has been like so universally loved for so long, and to see it have this fucking drastic change,
Literally doesn't
it's already kind of it's you know it's spilling its own blood right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying
My bad. It's actually more
action
like
wise.
shitting itself.
Oh,
I'm
If I
saying
had this
action wise. I'm not talking about public perception. I'm
right,
saying that Tekken, all these people are bitching, moaning, and complaining, right? But are they not playing the game? They're
Yeah,
they
playing the
are
game.
playing the
I'm
game.
looking at
They're
my
still
friends
playing it.
list right now, and 3 of these guys have negative reviews on Steam, and they're playing the game right now.
But they're still
yeah.
playing the game.
So that brings me up
So
to like, so one thing I've never seen a backlash for Tekken like this ever. I think this is like the
No.
biggest backlash I've ever seen for Tekken in
Yeah,
any
I
Tekken
agree.
game. Maybe because social media is bigger or whatever. We have Twitter now, but you know,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
that's
seen
it.
the backlash this big. Even the people, like for instance, this guy PDX, he was saying in the beginning of the video that he was one of the people who was always optimistic and positive towards Tekken, and people hated him for that. He's like, people always got on me for being positive, but even him in trying to be as positive as he can is like trying to point out why people don't like what's going on.
yeah.
Like it's like even those people, Maximilian and all these people that want to shield and be positive, just can't do it.
Yeah,
It's
it
Yeah.
that
only
bad.
Yeah,
it took
it's
this
hard to
fucking
fake it.
long.
It
You're right,
reminds
Josh, and I agree. It took
it
this long.
reminds me of Street Fighter Five. It's
It
like
took
the
this
same
long.
shit. It's like oh well, we don't want to be negative, blah blah blah. Yeah, you don't want to be negative because you don't want Michael Murray and Harada and Namco team to look upon you with disdain. You know, like
They're gonna
you
ban you
don't
from TWT and shit.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
they just won't treat you. Maybe they won't invite you places.
They
Maybe
ban
they
you on
won't,
Twitter.
want
they won't
to
give you a
like,
free copy of the game
yeah,
or
you're not
something.
friendly. You're not friendly
Yeah,
with them. You're talking
You
shit
you
about the
won't get
game
that
all the
collector's
time.
bundle or the
yeah,
nice tote
You
bag.
know? Like
yeah,
I wanna be friends with Harada. I don't want Harada to not like me. You
yeah.
know, it's like it's that oh come on guys. We gotta be like, come on, it's not all bad. You're just being negative, you
Bro,
know.
that's that corporate. Like they corporate with that.
Big
Yeah,
corporate, yeah.
it's like
Big corporate.
that's
Mhm.
what this goes back to like something I was mentioning yesterday. Like these people are not living the life that you're living. This
No, hell
motherfucker
no.
is not living your life. He
Yep.
has other priorities that are different than yours. I'm not listening to him. He doesn't even know what my interests were, even if he had them at, like thinking about me. This motherfucker's not thinking about me. So when it comes to like YouTubers and like them trying to be positive and blah 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 and all this shit, it's like, bruh, I'm sorry, we just don't relate.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
only thing that like me and you relate to is that we both play video games and we might even play the same fucking game, but that's about it, man. Like so like you can afford to sit here and bullshit and be positive and be like, well, guys, come on, dude. Because you're getting paid. You're getting paid
Yeah.
to be positive. I'm not being
Man,
paid to
that,
be
that
a fucking shield for the game.
yeah.
I don't
Like,
know why that little voice was
Yeah.
she got me, bro.
Yeah, it's funny because like that's what we were talking about a while back. You remember her? Where I was just like, yeah, everyone's just pretending to like this is okay. Like we're
Yeah.
over here screaming in the void because we're talking now. They sound like how we did when before the
In the
game even came
beginning.
out.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
beginning.
And so I'm like, oh, okay. So it took them like literally fucking the game beyond recognition for you to finally saw what we saw.
Yeah, because they
day
look
zero.
ridiculous if they keep supporting it. That's the same
Yeah.
thing that happened with Street Fighter Five. It was like they also secretly actually don't like the game too, but they don't want to say it in the beginning because they want to gain favor, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's so, let's say, you remember when, okay, only Josh is going to get this, or anyone that played Mass Effect, but do you remember when like Commander Shepard is going to the council and he's like, hey, he or she,
Yeah.
Hey, the Reapers are fucking real. Saren literally did this shit in like, we have video proof, and they're like, yeah, but
No, that's
Saren
not him.
wouldn't do that. So, you are just kind of
It's a
like
hologram. Come
being
on.
an asshole. And
Yeah.
we're gonna call Saren here and tell him what you said. Is there? It's like, I totally didn't do that. I can't believe that you guys think, oh, of course, Captain Anderson. Of course, you would say I did that. Like,
But you
this
did
guy's
it.
an
I saw
asshole.
you.
He's always had it out for me. You can't listen to assholes. You gotta listen to people like me. Okay, sure. All right. And so you have to like essentially have live footage of this motherfucker destroying shit, and then they're like, this is irrefutable evidence. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what so
Yeah.
it's like, you don't want to go against Saren because Saren is your top agent, and like, you don't want him as your enemy. So
Yeah.
you would might as well just be like, oh well, no. It's so much easier to just say, nah, he didn't do it.
You wouldn't
But
do
when he's
that.
fucking your shit up, and it's at a point to where you're like, ah, fuck, I'm forced to believe it. It's like, okay, now I'll believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
It's
too
like,
late. The Reapers
yeah,
are here, and Tekken 8 sucks.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, but yeah, you're in a position where it's like, if you support it now, everyone's just gonna hate you. And
Bro.
so you're like, fuck, I gotta switch because the tide has turned. You thought you could control the tide and make everyone just accept and like this shit, but the tide has turned against that. And so now you're like, actually, yeah, I hate the game. Yeah, it's crazy. This game sucks, dude. It's so terrible. I don't like the direction it's going. It's bad. It's
Yeah.
like, shut up, dude.
Now it's
Yeah.
bad.
It's like,
Now it's bad.
Yeah, no.
if you like season 1 and you don't like season 2, you're a fucking hypocrite. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
because
sorry.
Tevin said it last time. It's like, dude, you can see the direction they're going. Of course they're going to do this. They do it. Oh my god! What?
I can't believe they did that. Wait a minute.
What
They
did we do
said
to deserve this?
they said this, but then they did that. Like, why did they do that? It's like, because their intent is in what they do. It is not in what they say. Like, people have to get past this shit. They have to, like, man, I learned that lesson when I was still in the teens. When I was
Yeah.
in the teens, I learned that lesson. I was like, wait a minute. BioWare said they were going to do this. I specifically remember them saying that, and then they didn't do that. What the
Bro.
fuck?
And the
I
crazy
can't
thing is,
believe
like, they doubled down on like fucking what people was
Yeah.
complaining about.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's the
and
thing. They doubled down on that.
That's what
yeah.
they wanted.
And see, I was gonna ask, and for completeness, for those who've played it, I'm trying to see if there's any positives. Right. I'm just so I can see both sides of the coin. I'm just gonna ask the question. So, do you see any improvements to the defense in the game? They say they're going to improve in defense. Do you guys see any improvements? I already know the answer, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Do you guys see any improvements to the defense or any type of positives?
Well, you
Well,
can
like,
like
I
sidestep
obviously
now.
can't like answer that completely truthfully in the sense of like, oh, from my own personal experience, and yes or no, because obviously I don't play the game anymore. You know what I mean? But just based on what I have seen on Twitter and when I watch, like, I had Poke Chop up, you know, while we were having this conversation, just so I could say, well, let me see if I see the craziness that I see on Twitter in real matches. And yeah, I see Poke Chop. He's trying to poke He's trying to do shit, and then
Trying
Lars
to
is like,
chop.
and he's constantly in the mixing. Like it's like a block string into a block string and block string. Oh, you blocked that, right? Oh, okay. Oh, you starting your stuff. No, a block string into a block string. Into you're dead. And then there'll be times where he'll be winning, like he'll be playing Tekken, and then fucking the Lars player pressed the funny button. He pressed the funny button in rage, and he's dead. And it was like, dang, you did all that poking with Anna and all that shit, and you just died anyway, dude. That's crazy.
Dang.
I know.
All that Tekken got beat by the guy said, but I know when to press the button at the right time. All right, got you, dude.
Yeah,
I
you don't
got
know
you.
when. He's like, oh my god. Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
When I was playing it, it felt like the game was like faster, and so the movement felt a little bit faster with the game. So like I backed that. It felt like I backed that faster, but that's
Don't
because the
kid
game was
yourself.
like sped up or something like that,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't know, but yeah, I didn't really like see nothing. Like you just hold shit the whole time.
So no positives about the
It,
the defense or the game.
it
Is there
Nah.
anything positive?
It annoys me when people say like there are some good things. It's like stop it.
Yeah,
It's
that
okay
annoys
to be
me too.
disappointed. You
That
go.
let,
annoys
let
me
me
too.
let me just say this in one simplified way. At least for me, uh, there is no such thing as a whiff punish in Tekken 8 right now. Like even when you think you have the opportunity to counter your opponent, you're still gonna get fucking smacked.
What?
Gobsmacks.
Hmm.
Dang. Well, I tried to see the other side of the coin, but
There's no other side. It's fucking Tekken 8. All
What?
aggression, heat, aggression,
It's a
heat,
quarter
heat.
with two tails.
It's aggressive Tekken, dude. This is the game y'all wanted. This is the game you got. Well, you probably didn't want it, but yeah, this is the game you got. The gimmick is the name of the game is what's it called? It's Beyblade. You got to spin to win. Let's go.
Now, I
Hey
really
yo,
hope.
hold on, don't give them no more ideas, bro. They gonna put spin to win in the game next.
Hey,
It's gonna
dude,
be over.
it doesn't matter if you're still
I,
trying to play this game. Like the only way I can accept anyone playing this game is if they know how to do the move set extractor and they just make it a Tekken game.
I'm gonna stream it for the purposes of just streaming the campaign. But like after that, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna be probably streaming Tekken 6 or something. I don't know. Tekken Tag.
I feel like this is like kind of where it boils down to. You have to accept what the game is, and you either have to say, I like this game, I'm willing to play it, or you have to say, I don't like this game, and I'm not going
I'll
to play
try
it.
it.
It pretty much boils down to that. It's not like I think people have to get past the idea of like, is it like wrong to play the game? Like, should I be playing this game or
They
not?
feel
There's some,
guilty as
yeah,
shit.
guilty, like it's like, okay, do
Uh,
you actually have fun? Like, there's this guy I know. He's a casual, but he's like, man, I turned on Tekken. He said something so funny to me the other day. He was like, yeah, I turned on Tekken 8 the other day because it was a new balance match, and I kind of he's like a new Tekken like player. He's like he plays anime games, so this is the first Tekken he's ever played. He's like, yeah, he plays Asuka. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to look at Asuka real quick, for some draw references. I was just fucking around in practice mode. I played a few matches and I was like, man, I still don't know how to break throws. I'm just gonna wait for someone on Twitter to show me something that I can do, and then I'll wait for that until until I turn the game back on. Oh, wait, I want to look at it again. And I was like, this is the most honest person I've ever met in my entire life. Like, he's just telling me exactly what he wants. He just turned it on to look at it. He wanted to press a few buttons. He was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then he just turned it off and said, I'll wait for Twitter to tell me what to do. Amazing, dude.
Oh, that's
Amazing.
hilarious.
See, that guy has no qualms. He's not arguing with nobody. Tekken 8 doesn't upset him in any way, shape, or form. And it's because he is playing it by the terms that he decided that he was going to play it on. And if
Yeah,
he wasn't going to play it, he wouldn't play it. He would just be like, I don't like this game. It sucks. He turns that game on for his own reasons. And so if you don't like the game,
don't play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it boils down to that. You don't have to sit here and mull over it all the fucking time. It's like just don't play the
move
fucking
on.
game. Yeah,
But
move.
like
Yeah, just move on.
for me, like I still wanted to be competitive. So like I kind of like hate it in a different light from like, a lot of people. I
Yeah,
know
Like 50
you've
Cent,
been
basically.
yeah,
You hate and
you've
love
been
it.
well.
I've been
So
competitive for like 15 years
yeah, we've
and
been
I
in a
wanted
competitive space, going to tournaments and traveling and spending money for this shit.
I get
hmm
Yeah.
that, but we have
Yeah.
to deal with the reality of what's at hand.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I gotta accept what it is and like,
Yeah,
move on with other stuff because
yeah,
this is Mario Party 8.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It ain't about like
Mario
what
Party.
you would like to have. It's what exists. And what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that like yes, of course, it'd be nice to be able to have a fucking nice Tekken game that
It'll be
respects the
Tekken Party
time we
8.
put into it. But that ain't the situation right now. So
Yeah.
the
hmm
situation is this is the game you got, and you need to
Yeah.
decide whether or not you're gonna say, you know what, it ain't that bad. I'm just gonna keep playing it. Or you're gonna say, nah, this is not worth my time. I don't want to be competitive. I don't want to put my time into this shit. And then that's
Yeah.
it.
That's what
Yeah.
I said.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I
I'll
haven't
try
touched
it
it on
this
since.
season a little bit more. I got the game right now. I might as well milk it for for content at
yeah,
least.
and that and like tell me all of your positives and negatives, because it's
I
like,
play Kuma, so I just smack the shit out of people.
oh god.
That's that's
Sounds like a good reason to play Tekken 8. I ain't gonna lie.
just to
But
troll the motherfuckers on there, bro. The bear always wins.
yeah, so um before we end the stream, I just want to ask, does anybody have any final thoughts on what we've talked about today before we end the stream? Um
Emma
anybody?
Frost looks delicious.
All
Delicious.
right, noted. What about you, Cross? Any final words? Any
Not
final
really.
thoughts?
Not
Okay.
really. I put Tekken 8 to bed like before the game came out.
Damn.
Night
What,
night.
We
what
go
Go
about
night night,
pillow,
nigga.
bitch.
what about you, Grand? What you got any
I
final
feel like
thoughts?
Tekken Tag 2 should be the best kept secret. Like I don't want it to go mainstream because what if they like create like a fucking patch for the game and then they start fucking drifting that game towards what it Tekken 8 is right
That
now.
is now possible. That is now a possibility
So
that you can
Man,
actually
you speaking
work
shit into
with.
existence. You don't even
it
know.
need to stay underground and fucking all the pros and competitive players like fucking come to Tag 2 and like fucking play some games because it
Yeah, I
got a
still
little
got my
bit more
copy on
active.
PS3.
It got a little bit more active online, like from
Yeah.
what I noticed. So that's a huge plus.
Okay. That sounds good. Kuroki, what about you? Any final thoughts, final words?
Uh, like I said, I definitely haven't really had the want to really play T8 for any other reason other than just for the purpose of streaming it. But like other than that, I definitely prefer classic Tekken over all this new shit, all this meter and rage mechanics. It just like I said, it deters the flow of combat for me. I always liked when Tekken felt like I was watching the old martial arts film in front of my eyes, but I'm in control of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the spirit behind Tekken. It's old martial arts films. You got Jackie Chan, you got Bruce Lee, uh, who is Sammo Hung. Uh, you got
Hey,
all
I
these.
gotta say, if y'all ain't never played it before, Shaolin versus Wu Tang,
I heard about that. That
it's
jump look kind of
it's an
nasty now.
indie
That jump
game.
look kind of nasty now,
It is them combos
but it
is
look cool.
something else, man.
I might have to
Oh,
give it a shot.
Herbert, I do have one more thing I want to add.
What's that?
You want to play Grand Blue?
You wanna
Yes,
play Grand Blue? Yeah.
Grand Blue needs to get played. I think as far
Hey,
as
wait, can I
final thought,
download a demo of that?
well, they got a free version of it.
I might download the demo to try it out.
Yeah, it's a free version. But the only thing I don't think you can't do room match, but you can do like online lobbies and things like that.
Oh shit,
And they
bet.
have like a certain amount of characters that they rotate through.
Wait, crossplay too or no?
Nah.
Nah.
Whack. Come on.
Yo, like I'm like browsing right now, and you know Maximilian, he talking about Tekken 8 season 2, saying this is not it, my dude. And
Yeah,
they
I
got
saw that video.
100K views in 6 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Dang.
The word is getting out, man. The word is definitely getting out.
Yeah,
That means I gotta
a
do
year and
my
a
stream
half.
quick. I gotta get on that stream.
But my final thoughts, man. I ain't paying no $90 for no games. Boy. I'm telling you that now.
Hell
Nah,
no.
yeah,
I don't even want to play the $70. So
No, for real. We
I'm
paying
gonna be
20 and
I'm gonna be
under.
patient and I'm gonna be waiting. It got to be something that I like a lot. And it
Hey
has to be,
Herbert,
yeah,
you remember that kind of conversation we had all the way back in the day about piracy?
yeah, yeah. I remember.
Oh, I love
That's all
them
I
good
want
old
to add.
conversations, bro. Like
Very.
those are the
Hey,
best.
so what? Has your opinion changed?
Nah, I don't even need that. I
No,
don't even
man.
need. I just wanted to just know if he remembered it. I don't even
Yeah, I
care.
do remember that.
That's all. That's
I
all I
do
care about.
remember.
Yeah.
Good
All right.
Uh,
time,
Cool.
good time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not paying no $90 for no games. I'm gonna be patient. Like I said, these guys they got me on Steam to where them Steam steals are like unbeatable. And ain't nothing on Nintendo that I just gotta really gotta have.
Well, you don't play
'Cause-
Nintendo
And if you
games.
really want to play Switch, wait for that Switch emulator part 2, because they already had that shit. They got that cease and desist, but people still got them cracked files and stuff ready to go.
oh snap! I think I'm gonna get like the Switch, the first Switch. I think I'm gonna get the first Switch because
Honestly, that's all you really need, man.
I really
If
want to
you really,
play Xenoblade Chronicles X, and it
oh
just came
man,
out the definitive edition.
yep.
So I think that would probably be my only reason to get a Switch. But the Switch 2 looks cool, but you know, they're not, even though there are some innovative games and things like that, some of the things that they're trying to do isn't new per se. Like you said, the chat, we had chat
Guess
forever.
what, guys? Our newest innovation ever.
Yeah, and
Party chat.
yeah, and that grainy ass camera video. Oh,
That
terrible.
fucking 480p that they you can
Yeah,
watch it in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Battle Fury, City of the Wolves. I'm not interested.
Nah,
Especially with
that's
that last
nah.
trailer with that dude, that regular man fighting Terry
Regular
Bogard.
man.
You don't want to play Cristiano and then Mr. DJ Man.
Senior DJ Khaled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
GJ Cali on next DLC.
Yeah.
But
we
it
the
just
best.
hurt my heart, man. They definitely know they could have did something else, but money's involved, and
Big time.
yeah. So there's that. Tekken 8, we knew it was shit from like before it released. When they said, okay, we're gonna make the game aggressive, we already knew. It's like Tekken is a defensive game, though. What are you doing? So we've been shouting to the clouds that Tekken 8 is a mess. And I hate that it took this long for people to see that it's a mess, but here we are.
Yeah.
Like you guys were saying, like Tevin Cross was saying, if you like it, play it. If you don't.
Yeah, it's
But
all preference. Like you're not wrong for just playing it. Maybe you spent a lot of money on it and you just need to play it because you spent money on that shit. You got to get your money's worth.
yeah, I get it.
For some
I
people,
mean,
it's
the
like that.
game can be fun if you're not a traditional Tekken player. You just want to like mash,
Yeah,
and do shit like
Yeah,
that. Like,
it's just like endless, brainless fun.
yeah,
yeah,
like it is fun for the non-Tekken player, to do shit like that. But this is not like the issue that a lot of people have. A lot of the issue is from I saw someone say, "Don't call us legacy Tekken players. We're Tekken players." It's like, hey, look,
It's
we
the
are
legacy of
legacy
Tekken
Tekken
that's being
players.
tarnished.
Like, you don't want to be mixed in. You don't want that generalization just because right now you're being discriminated against. Trust me,
Yeah, I
that's
think
not how that works. Like,
Yeah.
you want the label. You're like right now you feel like, well, I'm being discriminated against. So you're choosing those fans over me. We're all fans. Shut up. You're different.
yeah.
You're
I
not the
think if
same as them.
you've been playing Tekken since Tekken 6 and below, hell, I even see it say Tekken Tag 2. Shit, you a legacy player.
Yeah, if you survived the Tekken Tag 2,
You're an
man,
old head.
you were
Yeah,
old.
Tekken Tag 2
Tekken Tag
was,
2 was such a hard fucking game to
bro,
play, man.
that was a rough time.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
I think
Especially
a
in
lot of
tournament,
my competitive
especially in
Tekken
tournament.
days
Oh my
happen to
god.
be T5, man. That's why I have so many fond memories of T5.
Yeah.
Actually, T4's arcade machine was good too, but when I would travel and shit with my folks, there'll be like an arcade that I always like going to, and that T5 machine was always being played. So yeah, as a kid just kicking grown man's ass, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I can play this game." I got kids that try to play against me all the time. And my kids can't beat me.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's all I have for today for this podcast. I want to thank all of my guests for coming. Man, y'all came through. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Um,
appreciate the
Yeah, for
invite,
sure.
man.
yeah, any plugs, any channel plugs, Twitch, YouTube, whatever, business, any plugs.
GrandKintaro 777 Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, the Immortal Afro on Twitch and YouTube. Eternal Afro Josh on Twitter, or X, as the kids call it nowadays.
On Twitter, man.
Twat.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm KurokiSamurai. You can find me on Twitter as Zaitachi0, and I mean my bad. Yeah, KurokiSamurai on Twitch and YouTube, and Zaitachi0 on Twitter. Yeah,
Okay.
so,
And I'm gonna definitely. I think I have the Immortal Afro and GrandKintaro's Twitch and YouTube and stuff in the description. But Kuroki, I'm gonna have to get yours too to put down there too, so people can kind of click on that and find that information down there too.
yeah, man. I'll send it to you.
Cross, I know you ain't got no plugs, man. We got to get you something.
Yeah, man, you can find me on on
Motherfucker, hyperbolic
kick.tv,
time chamber.
on kick.tv.
You can find me on the internet. Look at
Yeah, you can find me on the internet
that.
every Thursday at 8:53 p.m.
Yeah, you can find Cross.
Damn, so that's such an accurate time.
8:53.
That's
All right,
right.
guys.
So
1
precise.
minute.
That is it. Hey, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Be easy. Peace.
All right, peace out.
Deserve peace and love.